Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy, and a collaborative effort from my Discord, led by Patreon subscriber Arkratos, has gotten me to play Stryfo Pile. But not only play Stryfo Pile, but I have someone on the call, and guess what? It's Stryfo. Stryfo, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and I'm excited to play today.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you. I've played various Stryfo Piles on the channel before, some submitted by you, I think, directly, and others just by fans who wanted to see me play your deck. We do have a lot of the same tendencies, is 4-color soup, but you're known for some specific stuff that makes it Stryfo Pile and not 4-color control. Why don't you talk us through the list? Because, I mean, Punishing Fire, Dack Fayden, this is your engine. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so first of all, I think this there are times when this Punishing Fire and Dack Fayden engine is not good. And there are times when it feels very, very good. Right now, it feels very, very good because people are playing very slowly because of Orcish Bowmasters. And Punishing Fire not only lines up really well against Orcish Bowmasters, but having these sort of dirtily engines that are really mana intensive are really good when people want to play Draco. So it's this current meta is very good for it. I always play this deck, even when the meta is not good for it.
Right.
But right now is a good time to be playing a deck like this.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrified of it. Like, I know we've queued into each other a number of times when I'm on some blue soup deck and you're on this blue soup deck, and this version of soup tends to outsoup the soup. This is the hottest soup there is. And I imagine you lose points in other matchups, but you're deeply set up for blue grinding Drago mirrors.
Yeah, I think there's some other stuff that's going on. Like, I deeply respect all the different kinds of ways that people like to build decks, and I understand why people love to play white.
Yeah,
Swords to Plowshares is really good.
Yep, and then they gave us Prismatic Ending. But yeah. I played Grixis on the channel a couple of times recently, and I talked at length about how the biggest deck building puzzle in Grixis is what removal you're going to play, because you don't just get it spotted to you in the form of Swords to Plowshares and Prismatic Ending. But if you're able to solve that puzzle for the current meta, then Grixis core decks are pretty awesome. Tell us about the choices you've made.
Yeah, so a lot of, you can see there's 4 Dacks, 4 Uros. Like, I'm really, really big on both of those cards. I think that they also play extremely well together. With Dack, you get to feed Uro better than any other deck, and you get to find Uro more than any other deck. I just think Uro is phenomenal.
Right, and you have a built-in way to shortcut Uro straight to the graveyard if you don't want to invest the front half, which comes up a lot. Sometimes you're just under the gun and don't have a turn to set it up.
Yeah, and actually with Fable, there's even more ways of doing that. And Fable also sets up the mana. Fable has been like sort of a recent addition because I decided I really didn't want to be playing basics anymore. And treasures help against Blood Moon a lot, and Fable's castable under Blood Moon. So all the Fables in the main and side are there to they're good cards, but they're a nod to Blood Moon.
Yeah, the full 4. So you sent me this list shortly before we started recording. I basically, the process was my Patreon asked me to do this. I reached out to you, and you sent me a list, and then a couple days later we were on this. But I've been traveling since you sent me the list. I didn't look closely until now, and seeing the 2 additional Fables in the sideboard when I booted this thing up I was like, oh wow, that is. This is not here to grind necessarily because the deck already grinds. Why would we need 2 more of these in the sideboard? And as a giant grindy answer to Blood Moon, beautiful. I imagine that's what Chaos Warp's about too.
So that's what Chaos Warp is originally there for. It's you can cast it under Blood Moon and it deals with Blood Moon. But I found it's also really, really good against all the Merit Lage decks. It tucks Merit Lage.
Oh yeah, nice.
And something that can be a problem is Life from the Loam plus Caracas. It's not always a problem, but it can be if both of those get assembled.
Right.
And Chaos Warp tucking Caracas, so they can't loam it, has also been very relevant.
Yep, that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I noticed you're not on Wasteland in this build. Not even one.
Yeah. This something that a lot of people need to get used to if they want to play this deck. There are almost no free wins.
Right.
Like you can't randomly waste someone out. You're not going to win a very fast game almost ever. You're going to have to pick your spots. You're going to have to identify a path to win. And if you haven't played much of these kinds of decks that play from behind all the time, it's going to be hard. Which is why I don't recommend this deck to most people who are getting into Legacy. And people always are like, "Oh, this deck looks so cool," and it is. But like, you need to be prepared to lose a little bit before you start winning, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And the times I've played various Stryfo piles on the channel in the past, we usually chat about it, whether it's just in the YouTube comments or we DM each other on Twitter or whatever. And it is like, even me who is familiar with this type of thing, I'm making different decisions than you. And whether that's right or wrong, it's certainly interesting. And the road is windy and has many forks on it. And that's kind of the point.
Yeah, but it's I love puzzling through every single game and trying to find the way to win. So this just lets me do that every time I play the game. So I enjoy it.
Perfect. Yeah, so I think we're ready to jump in here and start playing. And directly related to the conversation we were just having, I think the clock's going to be our biggest enemy. I know you can do this quickly when your head's down. I can do this quickly when my head's down. Talking through the convoluted lines, we're going to have to probably cut some corners as we play live, and just like, maybe I'll just do something and then we talk about why you would have done something different rather than always make the perfect play to consensus. So viewer beware, we have a third enemy, which is the clock after, or I guess second enemy after our opponent. So you ready to go play this league?
Absolutely, let's go.
3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's leading Magic the Gathering retailers. Their online shop has a fantastic selection of high-end Magic cards, especially for vintage, legacy, and old-school players. They now exclusively offer the BoshNRoll community free, fully insured, and fast worldwide shipping on all their high-end singles, full sets, and out-of-print sealed product. They upload new cards every Wednesday with weekly sale offers and reductions. Use my code BNR0723 to get free worldwide shipping on your first order over €341, approximately $380. Scan the QR code or go to shop.3for1trading.com. We're on the draw for round 1 against Harain, who is actually one of my Patreon subscribers. So this is going to be a good one for the Patreon to enjoy. And my instinct on this hand is it's got land spells interaction. Off we go, right?
Absolutely. The most important thing we can do is get our mana under us, so...
Harain just said in the chat, I'm cheating on blue decks right now, don't tell anyone. I don't think that affects our keep, but normally we talk about control when I work with Harain on stuff, so let's see if this is Reanimator. Is this Death and Taxes? Got a little free info, unless we're being hooked.
Could be. Maybe it's... Ooh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
Deal.
Yeah, I'm not forcing a Thoughtseize. Yeah, this black-white kind of Dead Gael, kind of Taxes deck has been kicking around, doing pretty well the last couple days, week maybe. People are
I
starting
haven't
to figure
seen
it
too
out.
much of it, but when you see Scrubland Thoughtseize, are you thinking about Opposition Agent and Dark Ritual?
Sometimes yes, but this is more like kind of Dead Guy L with Bowmasters in it.
Okay.
So like we could just cling this Thoughtseize for a cycle now before Bowmasters online, or we could.
I like playing Drago because if they are sitting with a Bowmasters like and not doing anything, that's great. We will allow that.
Right, yeah, because we don't have to play a spell. And then if we don't play a spell, then they have to decide if they're just burning off this 2 mana or not.
Is this like a Samwise thing going on here?
I think it is, yeah. This is like Orzhov Samwise, yeah.
Does it target? Yeah, we can cling when they target.
Okay, so we can cling the target. They're gonna have this Caracas engine online. We do have trophy.
We're gonna have to get rid of the Caracas at some point anyway.
Yeah.
If we want to do Uro. So I think we just let this go and we cling the thing.
Perfect.
Probably off of Underground Sieve. Yeah, I like Underground Sieve.
Works for me. Yeah, I've seen this deck floating around on Twitter. It's cool stuff. I also got dumpstered by a Yorion version last week on the stream.
I have not seen that much Samwise. I played against it once and it felt really good, and then I never saw it again. So
okay, fetchland versus not fetchland is the decision we're making here.
Because we have 2 fetchlands, I think it's fine to fetch, and we can probably Verdant is because it's worse.
Okay,
on average. There's a question also whether we want to main phase trophy the Caracas, so if they have another Samwise, they can't get it back.
Right. Okay.
Which actually, yeah, we would have to do it main, right? Because otherwise they bounce the Samwise and they can get the Caracas back.
Yeah, good call.
And we can get Taiga probably.
I'm glad you're here for this. I would have spent like several minutes deciding which green source to get. Okay, 3 cards left over there, and then they're about to get a draw step. We have stuff to the Sam cantrip, and then also collapse their engine.
Hopefully.
Yeah, if we can dodge the Caracas from hand that we just unlocked, that would be great.
yes, second Caracas would be quite unfortunate.
Just a wasteland.
That's annoying, but fine.
Yep, we've got lands. The deck is well built to have lands.
Yes. Playing more lands than most, but probably just a trop here.
So what are we protecting, or what's your thought on sequencing the lands? This for the viewer, by the way, is us just making plays and then talking about them later rather than talking about the play first. So walk me through why trop over Volk or Delta there.
Trop over the trop versus the volcanic is really you pick one so that you don't waste time.
Gotcha.
Over the Delta and over the Colosseum, because we're going to want to tap it for mana. We don't want to take damage, and we don't want to burn the fetch yet.
Gotcha.
So here we probably can play out the Grove, so that if they have third Wasteland, we're not starting to run low on blue sources.
Right. These tap for the same colors, and Wasteland is largely agnostic here. They don't actually get a decision other than to waste or not. And they saw the Uro on the turn 1 Thoughtseize. They know that this Wasteland whack-a-mole is about to stop being effective.
Yeah. Once we have once we resolve the front half of Uro, I think we'll be in really good shape.
Cool. All right.
So yeah, Volcanic, Uro, then we can play the Delta. And there's a question of whether we, like, if they Bowmaster here, whether we Force a Will, and I think the answer is no.
Okay.
I don't think we care about Bowmasters.
All right, do we care about Plow?
This one we may care about.
We are ready to party here with Uro for the most part, as long as it exists. And our backup plan is start clinging to dust.
Yeah, I think we forced this because if we get to chill with Uro, that's good. If they have another plow, that's fine. We'll gain 9.
Right.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, this is absolutely okay. We are so happy with this sequencing.
Okay, yeah, so they sequenced this intentionally to go to bait us on the plow and then get the Bowmaster in when we were already talking about how fine that is. So
Yeah, absolutely.
and this is a bunch of damage we're taking, but it's all smaller than Uro.
Yeah, and if Uro comes into play, the Bowmaster is not going to be particularly relevant. Just gotta dodge Caracas. Second Bowmaster could be slightly annoying. I like what they're doing anyway, though. I like seeing Samwise. I had a lot of fun with that card in Limited, and it looks cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool card. Yeah, by stuffing the Sam trigger earlier, we also stuffed the ring tempting them, which is actually relevant game text. I was surprised to learn.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Land before Uro, land after Uro. I guess if we play fetch land, we can play around opposition agent at least a little bit here. Probably just
yeah, I agree
on it. Okay.
Yeah.
We need a blue source here.
So let's use the Misty.
Okay.
Once you have the Taiga out of the deck, Delta gets everything, and Misty misses Badlands.
Right. Okay. So Underground Sea is a blue source for a color that we don't currently have.
Yep.
And we can still fetch Bayou if we need different black.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your 1 life point off my Grove of the Burn Willows.
So we want to leave as many lands as we can here, because the only way we have of getting stuff out of our yard right now is loam. So
between leaving fetches and actual sources, we have to remove 2 lands here, and we have 2 of each.
I would remove the fetches.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. We have the ability to add more fetches to the graveyard.
And they're like, they're going to lose life if we play them. So, that's actually perfect.
Nice. Okay, so we have a removal / counterspell now. We have a bigger creature. And next turn we can get to work with Minskin Boo.
Absolutely.
There's probably some tiny percentage I lost leaving Verdant Catacombs in the graveyard over whatever blue fetch I exiled, the Misty. Just if we're nitpicking but playing quickly.
Yes.
I did exile Misty, left a Verdant. Should have been the other way.
We probably just killed the Bowmaster here.
Yeah. Sucks to lose Minskin Boo. Alright, so we just need a black source, and it's between Badlands and Bayou.
I think Bayou, we don't want them to be able to waste this off of double green.
Sure. Destroy target creature. Blue black. And here's what you were talking about. We're down to 6. Spinning our wheels like crazy, hellbent, and playing from behind. Living our best life here. And honestly, I feel fine.
Yeah. We attack once, and I like our spot a lot.
Yep. Do you ponder before or after your Uro? I would
usually after.
Yeah, the calculation there for the viewers listening is if you want to hit lands off Uro, you probably want to ponder first, but if you're looking for gas, you want to ponder second, and we're pretty straight on lands here.
Yep. And yeah, I think we can ponder with a... It doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, Volcanic, we have a lot of red and a lot of black. Yeah, Volcanic's my read here. Lightning Bolt, Fable the Mirror Breaker. I like both of these cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could have access to both if we need it.
Yeah, I think we draw the Fable, we play it, and then if we need to brainstorm into... Just make sure you leave up
a red
Grove and the Coliseum.
Yep. Cool.
Perfect.
All right. Well, if they had an answer to Uro, it would have been deployed a turn cycle ago, so the dam is broken here.
Yeah, I think we're now in great shape. Even if they draw Caracas at this point, like, we've pulled pretty far ahead.
Yeah, they're tapping out. Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
So this looks like sort of like black white. It looks kind of like Dead Guy, right? Like,
yeah, it's Dead Gael. If there's any muscle memory for Dead Gael, use it against this deck.
yeah, I think we want Deed.
Yeah.
And but I think the main is like set up pretty well to fight Dead Guy.
Yep, I agree.
What we want to cut, like, honestly, I'd probably just like trim a Brainstormer, Ponder, or the Cling, like one of the 1 mana cantrips.
Okay,
like
that's really interesting. I would not. That's not what I would do, but we've got a minute 56 here. Talk me through going down a cantrip.
Yeah, so this deck, it doesn't have, because you're playing a lot fewer efficient spells, there's a lot less time to play cantrip into spell.
Sure.
So cantrips really are just here to fix mana most of the time.
Okay.
Like, they smooth your draws a little bit, but like with so many other ways of drawing cards, or like, you know, all of your answers are pretty versatile, you lose a little bit of value from smoothing compared to, you know, like your standard like blue-white base decks. So I will frequently trim cantrips if all of my cards are good. And here it looks like all of my cards are good.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
The only thing about Cling versus like Ponder here is we saw that Cling can be good against Samwise.
Yeah, that stuffed them a draw. It stuffed them a Ring Temptation. The first Ring Temptation barely matters. The second one is really good. So yes. I do like the passive Graveyard Hate here. And yeah, we're already grindy, so we don't need to talk about Fables and Endurances and just becoming scrappier, because we're already there.
Yeah, the Fables are largely just there for Blood Moon.
Okay. I probably would have been tempted to like cut all my forces, bring in the Fables, just play difficult to answer permanents to the board, and just bet that my cards are better than them. I think this hand's great. I'm going to keep it. What do you...
I think you can do that. I think it's fine. I just like having access to force particularly when I'm like not 100% sure what they're doing. Like, I've seen back, you know, a long time ago, people would always cut forces against Death and Taxes, and then Death and Taxes would cast Cataclysm, and they would just lose.
Right.
And like,
yeah,
I'm really not in the business of losing to Cataclysm.
Yes, I agree. The cut all your forces in fair matchups is kind of antiquated, because even fair matchups have good cards now. Are we Catacombs because it's the worst? Is that the start here?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Cool. Yeah, so cut all your forces in all fair matchups is pretty antiquated. Cards are better now. Card advantage is freer now. You can recoup from a force better. A lot of the times, even in matchups where I would historically cut all forces, I'll leave like 2 in to cantrip into when I just want to make sure I can't lose. And what you said about like, I'm not quite sure what they're up to, so leave in all your forces. Oh, we don't care about this, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, like the only thing we could do is brainstorm in response, try to hide something, but like we were just talking about, all our cards are good. Who cares? This is also a second card right away for Drown in the Lock. They're now every spell in their deck and every creature they play is susceptible to that.
We might want to spend a little bit of time now thinking about what we want to do about the Vial. If they don't play a land, I think we just snap off the trophy on it.
I think so too. And it's mana advantage either way, right? And
yeah,
it's like they get 1 mana per turn the rest of the game if we trophy it, and they get X mana per turn for the rest of the game, where X is the number of counter on vial counters, or at least like as long as the vial counters line up to. Oh yeah, they feel the same. Okay, they did the same calculation we did. I'll clean up that thought for the viewer though, because I kind of just bumbled it out. Tapping Vial on 1 gets you 1 mana. Tapping Vial on 2 and putting in a creature gets you 2 mana, etc. So calculating how much mana a turn 2 Assassin's Trophy is going to give them versus just having Violin for the whole game.
I think we just do that right now. We fetch, getting probably Tropical Underground, and we just pull those lands back, and then we are set on lands for like the rest of the game.
Oh. Underground Sea, Tropical Island, these fetches both get both. We don't have to think about that right now. You do have to think about it sometimes.
Yes.
Opponent very smartly did not snap off Wasteland in the middle of the 2 fetches. There's no strategic reason to do that. I always make sure to say that for the viewers. Not everyone who watches the channel is super versed in Legacy, and they're just like, a thing I can do it. Kind of like turn 1 Brainstorm go, or they've passed priority with a non-basic. I'm gonna get it. Like, there's no strategic value. You get nothing by wasting in between the 2 fetches, and opponent recognizes that. So it's like talking through that
an extra
stuff.
Land back.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's the worst.
Okay.
All right, there's the Caracas, and they have Sam. They have Vile on Sam, pick up Sam, waste. They can get the ring extremely tempting very quickly and wasteland us every turn from here if they have the Sam.
Yeah, that would be quite strong.
Yeah, if Duress takes Drown here, I think that's what they're telling us. But that barely matters. I guess we get into a whack-a-mole between if I drown you Caracas, if you Caracas I drown. Okay. They've shown us what they have. Oh wait, if they pass here, Sam turns off.
It probably means Bowmasters.
Okay.
So we just chill.
I
think.
Yeah, we're not judging
play a
them
land
here.
Pass.
Play a land they already know about. And if they activate Vile, we brainstorm in response.
And if they don't, I think we probably brainstorm here.
Okay.
If we let it go up to 3, like if they get us with this, I'm not actually that worried about it because we're gonna have a full turn. We're gonna take some damage, sure, but yeah, we're gonna have a full turn of them not attacking us with this thing, and there's lots of answers. And we can something to think about is we could have dredged loam on one of those to take away a trigger,
sure,
but
okay.
Doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Okay. So we probably want to put back one of the lands at least.
Do you save Grove in case you find fire?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
And Taiga is a backup Grove, so I'm going to put back Taiga for sure.
Yeah, and then we can probably put back... Minsc and Boo's not going to be very good for a little bit.
Yeah, they have the Caracas and a bigger creature.
Yeah, so maybe we put back Minsc and Boo for now. And then we can fetch. And I'm kind of interested in Dack stealing Aether Vial.
Yep, I was thinking the same.
And then we can use the dress down to draw cards through the Bowmaster later.
All right. And
so let's just get like a trop here, probably.
All right. Upkeep versus end step. I tend to prefer to do this upkeep.
Yeah, upkeep, absolutely.
Yeah. Tropical Island. We're holding the Volcanic Island. We can, unless information changes, we can slam Dack here.
Oh, that's actually good. We can vial that in off of...
That's so funny. All right. Plan is still to take Vial. I mean, this is like stone writing them, like we talked about earlier.
Yes, absolutely. So we take Vial, and
the fact they went up to 3 on it and then didn't make a land drop, they have at least 1 card in their hand that is not helpful right now.
I think you're right.
We got the
Dack
big sad face in the chat.
Gaining a life.
Yep. Oh, they have Caracas. Never mind. I was about to say we could dress down and just 6/6 the Uro, but yeah, with the Caracas around, that's not even a plan.
Attacking Dack. Okay.
Yeah.
For a long time, no one respected that card, and I got a lot of free wins by people just letting Dack sit.
Yeah, I could see the temptation with Bowmasters, and it's like, well, do you want to, lose 2 life and grow my monster? Like, oh, hello.
Yeah,
That's
so
an answer to
that's good.
Bowmasters. So I think we save the fetch here. We have 4 mana worth of stuff to do, and we could Vial and Uro and get a 5th mana.
So I'm thinking we'll play the Grove. Sometime during this turn is going to be Bowmaster kill their Bowmaster, and then Uro.
Okay. Probably on their turn, give them the first action here.
Absolutely. We don't need to give them a free Bowmaster target.
Right. Are you taking 5 in combat here, or are you making your move before that? Because ping their Bowmaster block.
Yeah, I like ping the Bowmaster block. If we were at like a higher life total, we could take the damage, but we're at 9, so I think we have to be a little bit respectful of what they're doing.
I concur. Yeah, look at us. Who's the Vile Bowmaster deck now?
It's pretty gross when you actually get to use their Vial to generate mana.
Yeah, this is so stupid. I love it. And I don't want to waste time toggling back to the list, but our creatures are Bowmaster Uro, end of list, right?
Yeah, in the main. We could have brought in Endurance, but it's just
right.
Uro and Bowmasters.
Okay. So stealing Vial on 3, we were locked into 4 hits, and we have 1. Okay, cool.
We can dress down this.
Oh yeah.
And get rid of their. So if we. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can dress down. Their Caracas is tapped out. We'll get an attack in with Uro too.
Oh, this is so nasty. Wow, I love that.
We can block their 4/4 with the Uro. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, this is messed up. And back it all by force of will, the thing that you said. Okay, I'm gonna let your Bowmaster resolve. I'm gonna ping that, make an army. All of that still happens, and for the massive on-camera blowout, round 1 of the event, the most preposterous sequence you've ever seen. Sad tapped Caracas.
Oh,
this is so nasty.
I had a lot of fun at the Jordan Isaka Memorial Tournament, and it seemed like every time I was on camera, I was getting to do highlight reel stuff, and it was so nice. Like my first ever match with Bowmasters and Dack, just going to town on what's the Cradle Control deck?
Oh yeah, the Newton Elves deck. Yeah, that's awesome. And we got the expletive deleted, just a censored out word in the chat. Cool play, GG. Yeah, I agree. That was super cool. On to the next round. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7-Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7-Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7-Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7-Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better. We're on the play for round 2 with another, lands and spells hand. I've already hit keep without consulting the expert because
I mean this hand's very good.
Yeah. If I was told to mulligan this, I would not know what I believe anymore.
We can try to do the turn 2 or turn 3 Uro straightaway play, which there's a lot of decks that struggle with that.
Yep. I do that very little on my channel, despite how often I play Uro and Dress Down together. Okay.
Okay. I kind of want to brainstorm and hide the Dress Down.
Okay.
Like, what deck plays Swamp Duress?
Doomsday could
kind of
be
feels
on
like Doomsday, maybe.
There's a lot of black stompy decks now with the One Ring and Karn. There's like a critical mass Bowmasters. There's a lot of that going on. Black Saga Storm does this.
Saga Storm, I don't know anything about, but those other
Dress
decks.
Down's excellent against Saga Storm.
Okay, so maybe I do think we want to brainstorm off probably Underground.
Okay.
And then we can see what we hide. Maybe we get into a position where we just hide Dress Down and Dack, and then they miss.
Yeah, I think we just got to make them miss here.
Yeah. Hand's not looking the best, but...
Yeah, you know. We could also just die if they just start Lotus Pedaling, if this is Saga Storm. Versus Bobble.
Okay,
yeah, I think this is Saga Storm.
Be Saga Storm.
Yep.
I think there's a question of like whether we want to fetch and Dress Down.
I don't think we want to fetch because their fair plan just dies to Dack, and they do have some amount of artifact-based value like Wishclaw Talismans and junk that, or if they just like float an LED out there to play around discard, seeing that we're a black deck. I don't know.
I don't think we want to do it. I'm just saying it's something that I thought about for a moment, like if I wanted to spin the wheel on a force, but I don't think that that's actually good.
Yeah, I don't think that's good or necessary. Do you have strong feelings about the land here? I
probably play Taiga.
Okay,
but it's
that just gets our colors out.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter too much, I don't think.
Oh, they saw the Dress Down at random. What a legend. Okay, well, we're not going to surprise them with it. Let's just hope it's actually good.
I think even if like they're not doing Saga, do we just untap Dack, take the vault?
I think we do.
I think that's good.
Yeah, that feels like free money to me, and I usually pick up free money when I see it.
I love how many incidental targets Dack has in this format. Like it happens all the time where you just get to take stuff that just is really good.
They didn't even tap it in response. They're just like, whatever, man. You got it. Ancient Tomb. All right. Duress. They're going to strip our Dress Down here. And they have perfect information.
We actually... We can play this turn with Dack if we get on tap, which is pretty nice. Do we want to do that instead? Maybe we Dack ourselves first before we make it before casting spells.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, some extra lands. And
so I think
trophy.
I think we discard Uro and Grove. We fetch cast Uro.
Need a blue source. Is Misty or Delta better in this spot to use?
Delta finds everything, so use the Misty first.
Okay. Delta finds everything is a great heuristic that we have not said out loud yet.
Well, once the Taiga is in play.
Once the Taiga's out. Okay, so we just need any blue source covering our red bases on Volk. Seems like it makes sense.
Yep, absolutely. This polluted Delta is very likely to get a trop so that we can cast Trophy.
Nice. Uro trigger. That's so close to exactly what I want.
Yeah, I think if we untap, we're going to be golden.
Yep.
There's some minor value in like going after an Ancient Tomb there. Cut them off 1 mana.
Right.
But I think more frequently you can randomly tag LED, which is really strong. Are they playing a lot of lands for Black Saga Storm? I kind of felt like that deck did not play very many lands.
Yeah, this is starting to not really feel like that anymore. It might just be a terrible hand out of this deck, or we might have to start respecting opposition agent here.
Yeah. I'm not
like Bowmasters is a thing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at this point. Now we can counter anything. Do you just... we can hardcast.
If we play the land, we can hardcast around and force. So I think we just do that and we make this an Uro and Dack game.
Okay, you're not interested in putting the boots on the ground with Minsk and Boo holding up Drown. We can deck ourselves to find a blue card for Force. You like just the hard cast?
Uh, I think having 2 counters and killing them in 3 turns might, like, guaranteed, is better than only having 1 guaranteed counter and killing them in 2 turns, although I wouldn't fault anyone for making the other play.
Do we want to deck pre-combat so we know if it's a Minsk and Boo time or not? If we're not planning on Minsk and Boo being cast this game, do we want to just loot that away? We can also just throw Dack in the graveyard to frenzy tilling them again on this Vault of Whispers. Just
I like doing that.
You do like doing that?
I like just cutting their mana, and if they let us take it, I think cutting it feels so much like a combo deck with duress, right?
Right.
Like,
okay,
just cutting their mana seems really good.
They might also be a One Ring deck that has been unable to deploy it, but yeah, I'm just gonna fire off the frenzy tilling. Oh, they're F6'd. That just happened instantly. Okay. Let's get to work here. May or may not have been correct to play the 9th land out. We may or may not need that, but I mean, we're gonna die.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
That was a sick deck. Frenzy tilling you, put Uro directly into play, frenzy tilling you. Pretty good for 3 mana.
Absolutely.
And they're just passing.
I'm so curious as to what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
if
unclear.
We draw a burn spell, they die.
I mean, Minsk and Boo is a burns. Like, we could pre-combat Minsk and Boo attack for 7. They're still at 1 if we throw Uro second main.
So let's attack with Uro first.
Yep.
It might be good to take them down to 2 to turn off their Ancient Tomb. With that, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we throw the Uro, and then next turn we'll kill them with a hamster.
Okay. Red, colorless, green. I just want to make sure. Oh, we have a bunch of fetch lands. All right.
We're doing good.
Hamster. Guess I'd like a hamster. Minus. Yeah, this is just like another Stone Rain on the game that we've already Stone Rained them multiple times. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just. You want to redeploy, or we're 1 short of redeploying Uro, so I guess we just pass all our counters up.
Yep. And I think we fight over Dark Ritual, I think. Okay.
Yep, that's the game we played too. Nice. Going out on their own terms like a boss.
Respectable.
Okay. I suspect Force of Vigor and Pernicious Deed have text in the matchup.
I think you're right. And Force of Negation.
Yeah, this is where I am.
And they didn't do anything.
Yeah, so what did we see? It could have. So they hit a ton of land drops, which kind of throws us off the scent of Black Saga Storm. They also played Urza's Bauble, which throws us off the scent of a traditional Black Stompy deck. They have Vault of Whispers. They are clearly some kind of artifact engine. They might have just realized they were dead and didn't give us information on purpose, but they're just Saga Storm that flooded out. I think that's the most likely.
That's possible. One other possibility. So my friend plays Thopter Sword 8 cast.
Yikes.
And he has in the past played Vault of Whispers as like black artifact mana. So maybe it could be like a weird Tesserator deck.
Okay.
But the duress is throwing you off too.
Yeah, we saw multiple duresses in Urza's Bauble. I think this is Saga Storm that flooded out. That's my bet.
I think you're right. So maybe we cut the burn spells and then a land. I don't know. When I cut lands, it's usually either Colosseum or Odawara, whichever one is going to be worse. I think Colosseum is going to be worse here. They don't win with Thoracle, right?
No, it's a honest to goodness Tendrils deck.
Yeah. So I think something like this. We could play Chaos Warp as like
Yeah, they could juke onto
another.
One Ring. They could juke onto Black Stompy even if they were Saga Storm game 1. And I don't know. What do we cut for that?
Maybe into Dust.
Okay.
And then Chaos Warp also, if they're playing a land light deck, like it's frequently, we could in principle run it as like a sinkhole.
Okay. As we saw that game, I love a sinkhole. We played 3 of them. Okay.
If this is Black Saga Storm, this hand is great. So.
Yeah, basically unbeatable. Snap keep. This is the one where they duress you and then sink in their chair. Or they go for a turn 1 and get absolutely demolished. Float black, Mishra's Bauble, the classic line. Bobbling me. Okay, they're going to have a discard spell. They're getting the full range of information. We're not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not spending 2 cards on this. When one of the card we'd have to spend in order to counter the duress is the card they would take with duress plus another one. Yeah. Unless they're on Saga and then they strip Force of Vigor and we have to scramble to beat a board. But I mean, we can do that. It's just our hand is very good against Dark Ritual and pretty soft currently against Saga.
So this is one of the things that I really, really like about what Black does for this build is we play a lot of cards that we want to play anyway against combo that are really good against backup plans.
Right.
Like
so real quick while in the middle of that thought, are we pondering here or just keeping up force blue card?
I think we keep up force blue card because we could have played Misty into Ponder with looking at a turn 2 Assassin's Trophy on a Saga.
Oh, sure. Yep.
But since we played the Volcanic, I would not Ponder. We probably have to counter that.
All right.
Do they play Karn?
Not usually. Or no. Unless they have some sort of stompy juke to this build, but Saga Storm does not play Karn, no.
Okay. So the reason I ask is because I think Karn can get that if we fawn it.
Yes, true. And we can get to hard cast Force of Negation sooner than Force of Will. They might have a like Bowmaster on the juke or Oppo Agent or something. I don't think that's common, but everybody's playing Bowmaster if they can these days. So it might be better to Force of Negation it and save the Force of Will for a possible creature blowout.
I was worried about Bowmaster, but I am kind of worried about Children in this position.
Sure. Okay.
So, but yeah, I think Fawn, and we can probably pitch Ponder.
Yeah.
Because we're going to cast the Brainstorm next turn.
Yeah, Brainstorm getting rid of this Minskin Boo that's not really helping for a while is better than Ponder. We'd like to meaningfully change the composition of our hand here. Is there anything we'd be looking for now to brainstorm now?
Well, we brainstorm now if we're worried about Bowmaster. And so I think we brainstorm. If we find a Ponder, we'll want to Ponder.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not crazy about like worrying about them having discard spells.
We found the Chaos Warp. We're in business. I think we definitely bury the Minskin Boo, and then we've got we can keep Dack and Brainstorm in hand to pad out blue cards. Are we just not shuffling here? We could hide the Chaos Warp.
I think we hide. Is there like a 4-card sequence that kills us that's like common enough? So if we don't think we're going to be dying this turn, I like hiding the Force Will from a discard spell.
Okay. Yeah, they've seen the Force. They'll have to spend a turn navigating it, and they might just be on Saga Grind anyway. Yeah, hiding the Force is smart.
I think we hide the Force. We can play, and then we can play a drop out, and if we like absolutely have to, we can like brainstorm into it.
Right.
And just thinking ahead, this Misty is almost like guaranteed to be a Bayou.
All right.
Okay.
We played around this preemptively, right?
This is fine.
Okay. Hopefully they're over there scratching their head like, wait, where'd that Force of Will go? And we correctly identified they're probably not popping off this turn. Chaos Warp is so funny.
I think we may want to brainstorm here because I think we want the Minskimbu.
Okay.
And we're gonna want to cast Chaos Warp on the Urza Saga.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so now we just put the Misty 2 down and work our way through this whole pile in order.
Yep. It's, possibly lame, but if we get stormed out or something, but I think...
Yeah, from 2 cards, and we're gonna warp their Saga before it can tutor up an LED.
So we warp their Saga here.
Yep. Get out of here. Chaos Warp the Urza Saga. Never happened on this channel before.
And we hope that, we don't hit like...
Alright, we don't care about Haywire Might.
Yes, they can have the Haywire Might. It does make their guy a 2/2.
Yeah, it's an extra 2 damage on the board. But hopefully Minskimbu can outmuscle this.
Yeah. We just need to dodge the Storm Kill for one more turn after this one.
Yep.
And I think really in really good shape.
They know our top card is Misty here if they just preemptively Bowmaster or Oppo, but right there. Well, this is a it's not a storm kill, but it does threaten it next turn. They can Naz next turn.
I guess we have to whack them.
Yeah, Minskimbu, let it ride. Hope they can't Naz out of this.
And then this can get underground or Bayou.
We have green, we have blue. Yeah, I think I like Underground Sea better.
Okay, well, I'm happy that we've identified that they are Black Saga Storm.
Right. We could also sack the hamster and try to spike a blue card, but then we're just dying to the constructs and not in good shape with any plan. Or we could sack hamster, kill Haywire Might, draw a card. That makes construct smaller. We still lose Minskimbu. What do you think about that?
That
also gives them 2 extra life to Naz with.
Yeah, how many blue cards are in our graveyard? 4, and then we've got the Force of Will. There are 23 blue cards in the deck post board.
So we're exactly a coin flip. 40, or oh no, before removing those 4?
Yeah, before removing those 4.
All right, so we're awaited against coin flip.
I kind of like just making a 4/4.
Sure. I'm in. Then if they Naz and don't convert, they're just dead to the 7/7.
Well, if they Naz, they're going to be killing the Minskimbu, right, with the construct.
Oh, right, yeah. We don't get a 7/7. And we might just die from combat. Even if Naz can't convert into a storm kill, they can play enough zeros that we just take 14 in combat.
Yeah. I'm admittedly not particularly familiar with the Black Saga Storm list. It kind of hit when I was not playing much, and I haven't seen it much since. So
yeah, it is a specialty offering of a niche. Shout out to Tony Scaboni, by the way, friend of the show. But Storm is a niche deck, and then Saga Storm is like the 3rd Storm deck you'd play if you were playing Storm. Maybe even the 4th, because Tony's, I think, primary deck is still the Epic Gamble Mono Red. This might be the 4th Storm deck if you're inclined to play Storm. Tendrils also doesn't need to go that high because we're at 9. But they moved into combat pre-Naz, so that removes the Bake a 14/14 and Bash line. If that was ever the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. You have exactly enough mana to Naz. We're in your 2nd main. Dave Progenitor Roost hit the graveyard. Here it comes.
Shadow Spear.
Yep, that would have been nice pre-combat. They also committed to bashing my face first, and now they are just going to die if they don't convert this. It looks like they're going to. They have a bunch of free mana and Infernal Tutor.
They have the LED scoop.
Yeah, there's LED. They have it here if they don't mess up.
Okay, we can.
I think I want to just F6 and let them play it out because this sequencing was kind of questionable.
Oh, yeah.
No offense to my opponent right now. I would scoop against Tony Scaponi here, but I've seen enough that I want to see them click through it.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I played a CEDH tournament this past weekend, and my round one, a player popped off, demonstrated an infinite loop, and then said, I'll draw 90. And I was like, you have 88 cards in your deck. And then they died. And then another player demonstrated an infinite loop, thought they miscounted, cast Final Fortune to take an extra turn, and then died to a Pact of Negation trigger in their Final Fortune upkeep. So I'm kind of running hot on the let them play it out right now.
Fair enough.
Okay, there's the Tendrils and 4 mana. They figured it out. GG.
Okay.
Confirmed Saga Storm.
Yeah, confirmed Saga Storm. Do we make any changes? I think this is kind of what we thought it was.
Yes. They don't use their graveyard meaningfully. Otawara stabilizing versus the Saga plan is probably still better than Sleepaway Coliseum randomly doing stuff.
I think this is fine.
Yeah, like the one thing we could consider is surgical, where like we have a bunch of removal and counter spells, getting a Wishclaw or Saga into the bin and then ripping them out. But we have to survive the first one. That's always, the classic control deck boarding and surgical versus a combo deck problem. Like you got to survive the first wave before that even turns on. Are you ever inclined to do that?
I don't play discard spells, so no.
Okay.
But I some people really love their thought seizes, and if you're doing that, then sure, whatever.
Right. All right. We're going back in. And that was a perfect execution of Saga Storm, where they arrest us, played an Urza Saga. It was good for 10 damage, and then they Tendrils us out. Okay, this one's pretty slow. It is set up pretty well against Saga. It's set up very poorly against Storm. What do you think?
I would keep it.
Okay.
The Drown is like, something to do against the Storm stuff, and probably lead on under. Just definitely not Taiga.
Yeah.
I would say Underground.
Yeah, my thought for the Taiga was a Saga Storm player being the mono black 8 duress effect deck that you have to think about Veil of Summer anytime your opponent's representing green. But yeah, Taiga doesn't actually cast the spell in our hand, so we can't play Taiga. But Misty as this could be Trop.
Yeah,
might have been a way to lean.
Yeah, I think Misty's good. I know that a lot of people on Magic Online look up who they're playing against, and so I always kind of assume my opponent knows I don't have Veil. But if you're not me, then they don't know that.
If you're playing under your alt account BoshNRoll, then they won't know it's you.
Exactly.
We'll learn a little bit from this duress. If they take Dress Down, then they're just 100% on Saga. If they take Drown on the Lock, it could mean either thing.
Okay. So I kind of... Oh, they know our top card, right?
Yeah, they know about this trophy.
I think we just play the Taiga.
Yeah.
We can hold a trophy. We can do the Dress Down Uro thing, which might end up being too slow, but like...
I think if they were worried about Dress Down, they would have taken it. Like, they had their shot there if they're on a Saga line, and Dress Down doesn't stop a Storm line. Unless we think the cantrip from Uro is going to be more important than the 6/6 body, based on the fact we've done nothing to disrupt them.
I think just hoping to get to turn 4 is what we're probably going to have to end up doing.
All right. That is a lot to ask against this deck. Oh, they have a Saga now? All right. Well, if they suddenly change gears, that's good for us. They've not changed gears. I think we trophy the Witchclaw now, and then we
in their end step, yeah.
Yeah, in the end step, and then we hold out the dress down against the Saga side of things.
I agree.
Yeah, they're doing all of this with perfect info. So they see the line here, and they still made this play, but it's correct.
I know a lot of like when Ant used to be a thing, right? They would operate on the information asymmetry a lot, and they would be trying to make you make the wrong decision.
Right, by dumping out
could.
Saga and Witchclaw, both of which are trophyable objects after they know we have trophy, but they also let us keep dress down. I still think they're on a storm line.
I think so too.
Okay, dress down.
We just play Misty.
All right, yeah. They saw the Uro again off of Urza's Bauble. They already knew about that one. If we dress our Uro into play here, then their Saga gets to run its full course uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Oh, they just passed. They're going to try to end step Naws me. I don't think cheating in the Uro is going to win us this game.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
I do think we can play the Uro, Volcanic, play Uro, and then the Misty can fetch Tropical, probably first.
All right.
And then if we have Trop Badlands, we can cast Trophy and we can cast Drown.
Okay. And if they do have Oppo here, they would have to Dark Ritual it out. Okay, you said Trop. Yeah, Trop Badlands does all the things.
Yeah, so we play the Volcanic, so we don't tap the Trop. And, I mean, drawing a counterspell would be nice, but...
All right. We're in business here a little bit. I don't know how grindy their Saga package can get. We saw the Shadow Spear. I don't know if they have a Soul Guide Lantern in the 75.
I imagine they have something like that, but like Minsk and Boo will win the grind race.
Right. Okay, so right now, if I dress down now, they don't have to commit the next 2 mana to the second construct. They just know that's already gone, but I don't build them 1 storm.
I would not dress down yet. I am willing to let them try to make the dude.
Yeah, if that dress down wasn't face up, I would just easily go into their turn. And if they kept a Saga grind hand and just don't have the storm capability,
they're thinking.
Oh, we got him. Okay.
And I'm very likely to like at least let them get to combat before I dress down.
Okay.
There's not like I don't think there's a 1 mana thing that stops us from playing dress down.
No.
We already fetched, so.
Yeah, we can't let them equip a Shadow Spear, but that's probably not going to happen anyway. Okay, we are in combat. We can shut it down.
And here, you might be thinking about the storm, but we're saving 4 life by doing that. So we're cutting a
yeah, right.
1 effective storm.
Yeah, getting hit for 4 is worth 2 storm out of their deck. That's a good point. Okay, here we go. It's time. Dark Ritual.
Oh, do they have
They play some Burning Wishes.
What's the name of the
Pier.
Draw half your deck card.
They do have Pier, yes. Yep.
Where's the Bowmaster when you need it?
Unfortunately, not present. And locked under dress down. Alright. Yes. F6. Hope their 22 cards don't get them there. I've only seen that once, and it was my Peer into the Abyss.
Very sad. Actually, I may have... Was that on a video? I feel like I've watched that.
Oh, yeah. I promise I'm not using my personal time off the clock to play Peer into the Abyss Storm. No offense to the person we're currently losing to, who put Peer into the Abyss in the Storm deck.
No, not the rest.
Yeah, stripping our Ponder. Disappointing. Infernal Tutor. They have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. That is exactly the correct amount. Unless there's a main deck Tendrils, which I'm not sure if there is one. I think there's one main, one side. Okay. They did it.
Yeah. Storm decks are not what this is built to be.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, like I said when we were talking about the deck in the deck tech, I mentioned like you probably lose stuff in other matchups, but you're never losing a grind soup game. This Storm is just rough for basically all control decks. You need hard permanent answers. You need null rods. You need Spheres. You need collector oofs. Deafening silence. Yeah, Storm just doesn't lose to counterspells in 2023. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks. And groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. We're on the play for round number 3. 2 lands Loam. I'm normally hyped about hands like this. Do you feel the same?
Oh yeah. And we've got a Dack. Dack and Loam is gas.
Yeah, right. Wow. Yeah, Loam, ever since its printing, has offered you the puzzle to solve of drawing 3 cards a turn, but they're all lands. What are you going to do with that? And Dack answers that puzzle. Opponent's on 6.
And the 61 card special.
Oh yeah, good catch. I don't know if there are any like Cradle Control combo elves maybe. I'm just trying to think of who. Is there any notorious deck for playing 61 cards?
Goblins.
Okay, so we're all in the small creature pivot niche of the format. Is our bet?
If I know my opponent's on 61, obviously it's my eyes aren't that good to determine that in paper. But if I know it, I breathe a sigh of relief because I'm not as likely to die on turn 4.
Great, and look at this. It actually is a Golgari Green Sun Zenith deck.
This matchup can be quite fun, actually.
Okay. I imagine we just fetch Loam here, get gassed up forever.
And there's a question of what lands we want to get.
Sure.
One of them will be a chop, and probably a volcanic. Looking ahead to casting multiple punishing fires.
Okay.
In the late game, mid to late game.
Yeah, I love that we are already planning for a punishing fire mid game. That those words would just make me so happy to be heard said aloud.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I am a little bit more worried now.
Okay. We have a grip full of trophies. I don't think we're dredging Loam at this time.
Yeah. I think if they have double crop rotation, can we die? Crop rotation into Dark Depths, crop rotation into Yavimaya, we die.
Or Spirit Guide, crop rotation does it. I think we have to hold up this turn.
I agree.
Okay. Orcish Bowmasters. We could Ensep Dress Down, which also time walks their Dryad Arbor and saves us some amount of damage.
I think it's fine. I think it's good.
Ooh, all right. You're fired. Are you ever in a spot like this value loaming? Like it's 3 looks at fire. If you hit the other thing, the grove, you can just pick it up with the loam. You're digging into Uro. And I'm normally not inclined for lines like that, but do you ever chase them?
Sometimes, not here. I don't feel like it. Usually you make those kinds of plays when you're under a lot of pressure.
Right.
And right now, I actually don't think we're under an insane amount of pressure.
Yeah, they also let us untap without making the Dark Depths. That was great.
Yes.
Now we have shields up. We can...
So I think we play it doesn't matter too much what we play here.
Yeah.
But what we
It's,
want
are
to
we
do,
hiding black, or do we want them to just shove into it? And does it matter?
I think we can play the trop. I think we hide the black, and we can let them do their thing. If they don't do anything, we can Punishing Fire the Dryad Arbor to try to force it on their turn.
Yep. Okay, they're doing their thing. We let the activated ability resolve, then we respond to the trigger.
And probably just any black source here is good. Probably Bayou.
Right, Bayou. Do we want to fire Dryad Arbor now before they're able to crop rotate off of the land we're about to give them?
I'm thinking about it. It's a question of whether we want to cut their mana or cut off Bowmaster. I think cutting their mana is better.
I think so too. They also can't crop rotate away a Bowmaster.
Yeah.
Fire that. And trophy.
I love Assassin's Trophy. This
Yeah.
card.
You're playing 4 of them.
So versatile.
Yeah, I will admit, when we were reviewing the deck tech and we mentioned you don't have a Wasteland in the deck, you're not a lot of respect for Caracas. I forgot that you just have 4 trophies and you have a ton of respect for Caracas. It just isn't Wasteland.
Yeah. Trophy. Surprised to see a Plains here. This has to be Dark Maverick, right?
Dark Maverick doesn't play Depths combo.
Or Abzan Depths.
Abzan Depths. Yeah, that must be the thing. There's a Yavimaya. Okay.
That's interesting.
Is it Night of the Reliquary time? It's Grist the Hunger Tide time. Oh, can't respond to it. They milled Collector Oof. I don't think we're going to steal any artifacts from this deck.
I don't think so either.
All right.
I think we don't Dredge Loam. I think we draw. And then, ooh.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk through it. We could Trophy Bowmaster, Brainstorm freely, or Dack freely. We could Uro, replace the draw with Dredge, take nothing from Bowmaster.
Before we drew the Brainstorm, that was the play that I was thinking about.
Okay. Yep.
Afterwards, though, I think we probably Trophy the Bowmaster, like you say. And I think we follow up with Dack.
Okay. We're not worried about Grist just minusing, picking it off.
That's fine.
Okay.
I think.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think just getting because I think what we're likely to do is dump the Uro.
Okay, that makes sense.
With the Dack, and then they're going to be minusing Grist twice and eating into their creature base. I think that's all okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, what is this 2 basics nonsense?
I don't know. I guess I need red in here somewhere. Yeah, Trophy is actual basic. I've been on that Beseju muscle memory. Okay, we're not dredging any loams here. We're just drawing cards.
Yeah.
And cool.
Oh, perfect.
Dump the Uro, dump an excess land. We can protect Uro and then get to work.
I think we probably do end up dredging loam next turn.
Okay.
We'll see what they do, but yeah, this we expected.
Yep, 3 cards left in their hand. Force of Will, protecting Uro here. And they did not make a play.
I think I want to dredge the loam because I just want to get a whole bunch of mana in play, and if we find a grove, it would have been really good.
Great. And lands are currently forests. Do we want to tap Luda Delta as forest this turn, or fetch with it, or does it matter?
I don't think it matters that much.
All right, I'm gonna leaving it in play. We have Brainstorm, so keeping the fetch around, but we're about to fill a grip with them, so maybe that doesn't matter. But everything's green. Leave up my blues. Leave up red black, I think, or no, I'm gonna be able to fetch for whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. We did spike a second Uro. I'm going to tap my Tropical Islands for blue and my other 2 lands for green just to send a message.
That's stylish.
Yeah.
They also definitely know that that's what you did.
Yep. They'll watch the video later and feel bad. Wow, I got clowned. That's what they'll say as they weep
Sounds
into
right.
their cereal. All right, we got a Swords to Plowshares. There's a second Uro in the graveyard and a handful of fetches.
I think I let this go.
Yeah, I think so. It is my inclination as well. Another Bee Storm.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay. That Swords to Plowshares does buy them time to plus grist, minus grist, going around the next Uro, but sure.
I see so many cards that
Yeah.
I'm not bothered yet.
And are you dredging Loam to facilitate Uro or just cracking our 4 fetches? And or I guess we need to pad the Punishing Fire so we don't exile it.
I'm not going to. I think we have to force that.
Yeah, I don't care for this card. Them presenting Mirror Age every 3rd turn or every 2nd turn. Not interested.
I really love that card, but man, do I not like playing against it.
Yeah, same. I played Maverick on the channel a week or so ago, and the list didn't have Ramanep in it, and I was just distraught. Okay, so we determined we are dredging Loam.
I think it's fine to dredge Loam here.
All right. Yeah, if we find the P Fire, we're cooking. Or the Grove, we have the P Fire. All right.
I think we brainstorm here.
Pre-fetch and loam situation, we could have a handful of extra lands, but I guess we already have 2. That's the
I think we're gonna brainstorm, try to get rid of some lands. This might, like, if their last card is Bowmaster, it's lightly annoying, but okay.
Right,
yeah, so here we're just gonna I think we just Minsk and Boo.
Okay.
And go for the grist.
Yep, I like that. Getting rid of the lands because we can just replace all of those immediately.
Yep.
Ground C. And is it important to pick up the 3rd land off the fetch versus leave a fetch land around in case we find a brainstorm?
I think leaving the fetch around is good.
Okay.
I don't even think we want to loam.
Okay,
I think we want to just Minsk and Boo hold up trophy.
Okay, so green, colorless, red, and leaving up trophy. I tap the Valk to do that. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can tell you have more reps with exactly what all your pip colored spells cost and how we thread them all together.
Yes, I have a lot of. I've once you lose like a couple of games to like messing up tapping your mana, it stops happening.
Yeah, right. All right. Who's going in? They do have Plow. That's fine.
Yeah.
Annoying. So, like, do we want to trophy Grist, or we can wait till they minus Grist, trophy Insect? But that's worse than just trophying Grist, right?
I think so. I think, and if we do it though, I think we do it in draw step.
Sure. It'll give them a chance to draw the next basic land if there are 3 in this deck somehow. Seems preposterous.
I remember one time, like way back in the day when I was playing Blue-Black Reanimator, I think I was playing 5 basic lands.
That's a lot of those. I respect it, but that's a lot.
It is very much a lot.
Okay, they found a Wasteland. That's their last card in hand. I don't think this game is particularly losable from here. Next turn, we have Boo and Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can also Dack. My goodness.
Yeah. And something I'm sure you've noticed by now, this deck can spend its mana really, really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why almost any hand with Loam, I'm super, super on board.
Yep. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Are we just Uro plus Dack here? We're not trying to sneak Loam in at all. Uro first. Green. Blue, just gonna make sure I leave up Dack mana. Blue, red. All right, blue. There we go. Just perfectly threading, leaving Punishing Fire and the lands in the graveyard, exiling all other things. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
Do we play this one or Dack it?
Just Dack it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
if we decide we want to play it, we haven't made our real land drop yet, so we can do that anyway.
Right. Yeah. Seen enough.
Okay, so deaths. I think we want Pernicious Deed because they're playing a lot of goofy creatures.
Yep.
And probably Chaos Warp because it answers Merit Lage.
I love that Chaos Warp's been a tool in 2 of our 3 matchups so far. It's Commander staple, showing up strong.
I played one like years ago, and I wanted it for the tournament a few weeks ago, and I had to go digging through all my old cards. Okay, what do we not want though? Bowmasters is not great, right? I think it serves their Bowmasters, but like not much else.
Right.
I think.
Dress down can make Merit Lage destructible.
Yes, absolutely. I do not cut dress down because of that reason.
Right.
Potentially Endurance to play around like the Reminap.
Yeah, we did see Ramanap. We expect Elvish Reclaimer. Some amount of graveyard recursion is here. It's also good against Knight. Just blow them out in combat.
Probably, yeah, better than Bowmaster. And then the rest of it's probably fine. I think 1 Endurance is
I think so too.
We don't need to oversideboard.
That's what I was thinking as well.
I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with when they don't. And this hand is. It has so many cool cards, but I wouldn't keep this.
Yeah, not against the Wasteland deck. Just no real plan here. Oh, baby. All right, I'm in.
This I will definitely keep.
I suspect it's Cling. I think it's either Cling or Dress Down are my inclinations, and leaning towards Cling because their graveyard stuff comes on later.
Yeah, that's how I was leaning too. The thing about Cling is it can be an engine card if things are bad.
Right.
But
they're not bad yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good draw.
All right, putting Verdant Catacombs into play first because it's the worst one.
Doesn't find Volcanics.
Okay, so we've got some action occurring here.
Wonder if this is Sylvan Library.
Sure is. Looks like. I guess we just trophy that. Like, can we beat this in a long game?
I mean, yes, but it's not trivial. So let's take a second to think about what we want to fetch, because I think we want to play the Grove. Okay. And we can get Bayou to play around Choke.
Yeah, Bayou and Badlands both play around Choke here and cast our spell. You like Bayou better than Badlands with the
I think having more green is usually good in the Burrow deck.
I'll bite. Bayou Grove, take this thing out. Can't take it out and draw step this time because that'll be too late.
And now, actually, with Force to counter whatever they're doing, and then Fable, like we might be in okay position. Depends on it if we get like super wasted or something.
Yep, we've got a plan here. Not a Wasteland. Come on, slam Minskamboo. Oh, that would be a 4-color deck. They're probably not on that.
They could slam Sorin the Mirthless.
I'm ready for that. All Sorin-related activity in the format's been replaced with the One Ring.
That makes me sad. Yeah. I really like Sorin the Mirthless.
Me too. It's a Lord of the Rings world, though. It looks like we're going to be facing an army of creatures, so we could Force plus Drown here, or Force plus Fable, then ignore one of them. Or
I'm definitely forcing this pitching Dress Down.
Okay.
What we draw will kind of decide whether we want to go the Drown or the Fable route.
So drowning the Reclaimer will cut Bajuka Bog out, but we could do that anytime. If we let them untap, they're going to have access to Sujiri Step anytime they have 2 mana up.
I think we have to drown it.
All right.
Unfortunately.
I agree. Are we missing any non-blue colors right now? We're not. So do we want bulk to pad our red sources, make sure our next land casts Fable if we get wasted?
I think so.
Okay.
Fable's going to be really important in this game.
Yep. Black, blue. All right, kill your thing. Get endurance themselves, go Hellbent to save it. I'm okay with that too. I wouldn't even save it because endurance would be in the graveyard. Or they could stack the triggers.
Yep.
Okay. 3 cards left. This is the biggest moment of tension yet in the game.
Yeah, if they don't do something that we have to respond to here, if we get to start pulling ahead with Fable, we're in great shape.
Oh, looks like they are spending 3 mana on something. All right, choke confirmed.
We tried to play around it.
Yeah, and we
We're doing all right.
We did pretty well. Like any land here, this even gets Badlands.
Yep. Perfect.
Cool. Easy.
This deck plays around chokes surprisingly well.
Yeah, being this blue soup deck, you even have Ottawara and Cephalid Coliseum, or you can play blue cards with impunity under choke. It's extremely well constructed in the mana base, or how greedy it is.
Yeah.
We can chuck Uro directly into the graveyard off this Fable, if that makes sense, which it probably does, because we would need another blue source because we get treasure if they have nothing.
Yeah, but just one blue source is very doable.
Right. All right, Wasteland. Rude. That's a turn late from when they really needed to hit us with it.
Absolutely.
Let's hope this last card isn't friggin' Knight of the Reliquary or some messed up thing. Just some brick. Oh no. Spending mana. Ramnap. Uh-oh. Okay. Remember that cling to dust that we bottomed? It would be a good time for that one. We could cast Uro right now. Or no, we can't. Or yeah, they done it. I forgot Badlands doesn't help in that regard.
I think we should at least discard Uro.
Okay.
I'm kind of interested in discarding the Underground Sea as well.
Just trying to find Lightning Bolt here or something to finish this off.
Any removal spell so that we can, start making treasures.
How about 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think wait. I think we attack and drown.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the trophy is more valuable.
Sure. Cool. That makes sense. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Send it.
I am really enjoying playing with this card.
Yeah, like on the one hand, I know like standard players were big mad, Pioneer players struggle with it still, but in Legacy, this is just a very cool, completely reasonable tool in our toolbox.
Exactly.
No land drop, no spell pass. Are they going to endurance us here in combat? Do we care if they do? We can't do anything about it regardless, so I guess I'm just going in.
Hiya.
Yep. Goblin time. Bowmaster. Okay.
Probably fine.
Yeah, this kills the goblin at the expense of the army.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We can trophy the choke.
And then get to work.
Unlock our mana. Yeah. This seems fine.
Yep. Time to unchoke ourselves here. Yep. Hope they didn't draw Veil of Summer, a card that is frequently not in decks. Oh no.
No way.
No, you didn't. Oh, they're crop rotating, I think. Yeah, alright.
What? Oh, this is for Pujiko Bog.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Wasteland. That's mean. Okay.
That's also okay.
Yeah, we have Dack going to town here. Or
Dack
we can't because they have Bowmaster.
You probably ponder here.
Okay, yeah, spend our treasure to ponder and see where that goes. Straight into Life from the Loam. Send it. Okay, C underneath. Of course, Loam. And putting 1 Loam in control decks is just, that's my kink. It's the perfect number.
It's so good because like I'm not even playing very many utility lands. I'm playing an Otawara and a Cephala Coliseum, but like just hitting your land drops every turn wins games.
Yeah, and we've been playing this sub game the entire game so far. They have 2 wastelands and a choke in their graveyard. One of the wastelands they crop rotated to find, and I don't care. Top card's Force of Will. That's not helpful. So I'll grab a fetch land here.
Yeah, and I think next turn we can take a normal draw and then Dack Dredgeloam with one of the draws, so they only get 1 trigger. Something to think about, at least, if we don't draw anything that does anything.
Yep. 1 Dack trigger makes army big enough to rumble. Oh no, rechoke. Well, we currently don't have any islands tapped.
Fine. I also don't think the Delta gets a non-island, but we should crack it anyway because we don't want.
Yeah, we don't want the force. Oh, all islands.
Trot, probably.
Yeah. Just drawing spells, looking for Assassin's Trophy, which was right there the whole time. Magic is easy. Okay. Blue and green are both future investments in Uro.
I think we play the Bayou. I'm not 100% sure that we're going to kill the choke yet.
Okay.
I think it's fine to. Ooh.
They have a spell. Suddenly, second main have a spell.
I think we kill that and not choke.
Yeah, that one is scarier. Okay, that's gone. We know they have a forest in there somewhere.
No, they crop rotated it.
Oh, did they? Nice. Okay, they might be out. All right, Vindicate. Okay,
we just take the draw.
Yeah, we're just looking for an answer to choke or something to do here.
I think we just cast Uro.
Which one?
Escape Uro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, we did get there. You're right. Okay.
Like
green.
We have these Lotus Petals. That's fine.
Yeah, we have Loam working if we need more of those. They might endurance us, so I probably want to leave the high impact spells still in.
You can get rid of Force Will and like a couple of lands because there's a bunch in there. So yeah. Perfect.
And still not dredging this Loam. Ooh, the warp.
That answers choke, sort of.
We did it, Reddit. No, don't put it Landon.
Although I suspect we're not going to be doing much caring about the choke.
Yeah, were we supposed to attack with Reflection first? Offer the trade before army was big? What's that do in this game? We boarded out our non-legendary creature. We have 1 endurance, I guess.
And if you draw the second Reflection, you can go real wide.
Right. Okay, are we dredging Loam here? We would dredge it on the Uro attack, I think, and take a natural draw.
Yep.
Uro attack, dredge Loam. No triggers. Do you spend a turn filling up on Loam here, or do you just warp the choke and crush?
Yeah, I'm filling up on lands.
Yeah, that was my inclination as well.
I think we're like pretty far ahead right now. If they draw like a plow or something, it's annoying, but
right. We're also at 6.5 minutes to their 13. The prophecy has come true. We better win this game. We're not getting another one.
Yeah. We should do the we should be holding the Chaos Warp for something that actually wins the game.
Okay.
Like now that they've got Thespian stage, we just
do I block here, or are they just showing me another Bowmaster right now by attacking? I think we can take 2. This doesn't matter.
I don't think you block. Uro is going to do Uro things.
Right.
If you block it and you decide that you want a real draw with Uro, then they get a free blocker.
Right. Okay, now I can attack with Reflection, because they'd have to double block with their 2 Bowmasters. And I can hit Uro drops now. Might as well start dropping other lands here. Fetch Loam. I think Fetch Loam is live here.
Yep.
C Loam. Yeah, Loam dodging the Bowmaster trigger. on Uro. It's so sick. They can't just jump infinitely. Okay, they are 1 Uro attack from death here. Their squirrely little Bowmaster or army attack did not get them where they wanted, I don't believe.
Something to be is that the Misty can still get a Taiga, which doesn't get tapped under choke.
Okay, cool.
Don't know how much longer this game is going to go, but
Wrist. This one's annoying.
Yeah. How many forces do we have left in the deck?
1. There
Just
are 2
2
accounted for.
Uh,
And Uro ends up in the graveyard, and we have the blue, green again on Lotus Petal.
Yeah.
Like, this is mostly the same decision we made 2 turns ago.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Let them sacrifice their army if they want to.
Right. We could also warp the army, which clears Bowmaster, but if they just no, like warp. Okay, I'm just gonna let them resolve their thing.
Let them do it.
Uro's dead.
Definitely go after Grist with the reflection.
Yep. Dredge Loam, do attack. That Grist the Hunger Tide. No blocks. You love to see it. Second main. Play out Underground Sea.
Yeah.
Then green, blue. The blues don't matter, I don't think. Or yeah, the green. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving all the trophies in there. Do I Dredge Loam here to avoid giving them an army? I think I do. They're just running on fumes. I want to give them nothing, even if Loam isn't that good anymore.
And play the Misty, and we don't cast anything here.
Yep.
Just I think the way we die is Dark Depths.
We're even at 23, so Merit Lage isn't a KO.
I think we fetch when we get the chance for the Taiga.
Yeah, so we don't draw it. Draw for turn. I have to cast Loam pre-combat here, so Uro doesn't.
Yep.
Give them a blocker. On another Grove.
Is really good.
Yeah, that Force plus Chaos Warp kind of locks this game up.
Is this
It's endurance. I think we have to force it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, force it.
Yeah, this game is basically over. They've had 1 card in their hand for the last 100 years. And continue with the plan of attacking for lethal without giving them anything to do about it. Dredge Loam, put in Grove. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time to get this one done.
Okay. Bowmaster off the board.
Is it Dack time?
We're looking good. No.
Yeah, okay. Just nothing.
Still.
Nothing, send it.
Yeah.
Okay. Their Swords of Plowshares was annoying, but they're still dead in 2. Elvish Reclaimer, I don't care about. We just bash through that. Yeah, they're in chump block mode. Bowmasters isn't around anymore. I don't have to do Loam tricks. I can just attack. I'm just going to keep sending them in.
Absolutely.
There's a Volcanic Island left in the deck. I can put 1 more fetch land in without wasting material. And we have them in the Abyss, but also the Abyss that shocks you.
Yep.
Good stuff.
I like that position.
Maybe should have discarded the Uro there, but I'm just moving fast.
Yeah, I don't. All roads lead to Rome, etc., etc.
Yep.
This is a really good showcase of how also like sometimes you just beat choke because you play a whole bunch of lands.
All right. We also just have Punishing Fire now. If they rip Bowmaster now, which would have stabilized them exactly, we can just go to the dome. Splat. Right on time.
Love it.
We did it. Yeah, that was a grindy one. Good thing we didn't need a game 3, but a lot of fun decisions there. Just dancing around this Bowmaster is giving them 0 triggers after Uro came into play. Just never again. That was a really fun play pattern, and just disrespecting Choke with our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands that don't care about it. Good stuff. The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting TCG events. It features easy-to-create event registration for 1v1 and 4-player Swiss structured tournaments. Event management has never been so simple, and it's web-based, so there's no download required. Get access for just $5 at eminence.events/subscribe. We're on the play for round 4 with a 1-land Cling hand. My thought is no. I mean, Force of Will and the double Bowmaster are pretty exciting, but if our opponent doesn't just like fetch Ponder and we get a cantrip right away, I'm worried.
We can also cling our own fetch. If it was not a fetch...
Oh, right, it's creatures that gain the 3 not lands. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're guaranteed a cantrip.
I keep this. It's really greedy.
Done.
But like, double Bowmasters plus Dack will kill people real quick.
Yeah, all I needed, the missing piece that I had was that we can cling our own fetch. Opponent doesn't need to cooperate. We can just cycle a card here. We get 2 looks in our 21 land deck. All right. And we fire it off, right? We're not seeing
Yeah,
there's only 2 ponders in the deck.
No Stifle, please.
All right, we dodge the Stifle. I believe Underground Sea is our Huckleberry here.
And I mean, we're shooting at like 50% on cards that do stuff every draw, so...
Yep. Always had it.
Easy.
Yep. Good game, opponent. Thanks for showing up. Please untap and cast Brainstorm.
Or
Brainstorm in the end step. Just die now. Oh, it's Troll. Okay.
Okay. These matchups are fun.
Yeah, we get to nickel and dime each other. We're both going to have Bowmasters. I am more concerned about our keep now that this is a confirmed Wasteland matchup.
Yeah. If we draw one more land, I'm pretty happy, but...
All right, we got to force this, right? This poor Cling.
Yes.
Opponent was probably so happy.
What do we pitch? Probably Dack, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like your Bowmaster plus Dack endgame versus Uro against a Dimir deck. Uro will probably do more and help more in an emergency.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for sure.
Yeah, play to the floor, not the ceiling. The ceiling is we rip Volcanic Island and tear them to shreds. Floor is we lose. Okay. Well, this has occurred.
We probably now need to run out Bowmasters, which I don't like doing.
Right.
We definitely need to run out Bowmasters, which I don't like doing.
Yeah, we just need some blockers and anything here. Let's see, did they do all that and have days? How much of a legend are you? The force pitched a force.
Days would be very strong here.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Yeah, I would have kept his hand too.
Nasty.
Yep, good stuff from the opponent here.
I think we may just drop that main.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, before they can untap and do anything here. Hit me with the second days. Put me out of my misery. Okay. You didn't have another days. They might not need it. Now I kind of wish we kept the Dack, knowing what we know now, looking for that spike.
They kind of have to be a little bit careful. Depending on, what they still have access to. They might just go like, troll beats, but if they start attacking with Death Shadow...
yeah, the pinging back and forth is pretty interesting here. Yeah, Death Shadow barely has an attack here. In going wide around Troll, yeah, this is pretty interesting, pretty tight. And we know one of their 3 cards in hand is Watery Grave. So there are 2 cards left here. Okay. They want to put me in the Abyss. I know I have another Bowmaster here. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to soak this up.
Yep, absolutely.
They shipped it.
Greenland. Ponder. I think we have to ponder.
Interesting.
I don't think we can win the race otherwise, right? We can't win the race if we just play Bowmasters. Unless they brainstorm into it specifically.
Right, so my thought is Bowmaster chump another turn gives us another free draw, but if we ponder now, hit any land, we can also Bowmaster.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right, yeah, all right. But if they have Bowmasters,
they would have killed our Bowmaster already, right?
Free combat. Good call. All right. We found some lands.
Okay, cool.
I'll take them.
And I think we want a Bowmaster just immediately.
Yeah, I want a Bowmaster now. Fetch Taiga. Yeah, fetch Taiga, Bowmaster now. Make sure we have some blockers before I get frisky for my cheeky point here. Okay, this grows Shadow, but Shadow's already heckin' huge. It's fine. Their hand might just be Snuff Outs. That would be great.
Snuff Out is so good, but like it not killing the Bowmaster is, really good for us.
Right. Yeah, okay. Troll. So their hand is 2 lands right now, and 1 unknown that was not helpful to them in the previous turn cycle. We know it's not Daze, we know it's not Bowmaster, both of which would have been good and would have been used already.
Brainstorm also is just straight dead. If they cast it, they die.
Correct. Alright, we've frozen the Shadow. Still can't block Omega Menace here. Okay.
Dack would be interesting. That's not Dack, but okay.
No, okay. Do we just trophy their troll on their upkeep and turtle up behind Uro for a while?
We definitely do it before their draw step.
Yeah.
I think upkeep is good.
The other alternative is we can Uro be above 6 life and just be a card deeper. If we spike, or no, Volk. If we tap Taiga, Volk, C, hit a land, we could also trophy.
I think that's too greedy.
Too greedy? Sure. Yep, I agree it's greedy. No doubt. Okay, all their mana's up anyway. I'm going to trophy the troll now. We can't reanimate this thing anymore. That's off the table. Cool. It's gone.
It's good to know that they do have a basic here. Like, just that information when you're playing trophy, really useful.
Yep. Cling to Dust is also now active. Not that they can reanimate, but if we just need to draw a card and somehow Uro isn't the play.
Yeah.
We've got options here.
It can also gain life, which is,
Right. Oh, we're in the Abyss. Cephala Coliseum. Oh yeah. Bowmasters.
We cast Uro and we lethal them with Cephala Coliseum.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm going to start with Uro and hope they don't have a Bowmaster to kill my Bowmaster right now. A Lightning Bolt, also pretty close to doing it. Okay, do we attack or just zap them?
I think you zap them on their upkeep.
Okay, probably attack with...
I don't think we attack at all.
Okay, yeah, this either works or it doesn't. And that's the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay. Target player draws 3 cards. I choose you, opponent.
What a silly game.
They had their ice cold nuts, and we just beat it with our triple Bowmaster. 1/1 chump block mode. Okay. This feels like a carpet matchup to me.
Definitely a carpet matchup. Carpet, and I like Endurance just because it shuts off the big dragon.
Yeah, Murktide. It also has text against the reanimate scam part of the game.
Yep, exactly.
Do you bring Indeed here?
I don't usually, although I was talking about it last night, and it's possible that it's good because it's good against Bowmasters. It's good against
Shadow.
It's bad when you have Carpet, but most of the time you have Carpet, you're winning. So,
right.
I haven't decided if I liked it yet, but it's one of those things I wouldn't fault someone for playing it.
Okay, so what are our 5 cuts to make room for this?
So I like to cut 1 Minsk and Boo, and I like to cut a couple of Force of Wills, and I like to cut the Dress Downs.
That all makes sense.
We probably want Pyroblasts as well to answer Murktide.
Yep.
I mean, primarily. And we can trim Punishing Fire because mostly it just kills Bowmaster.
Right.
Like, it's good at doing that, but like...
Right, Grove of the Burn Willows is the good part of that combo in this matchup.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're aware of how Magic Online treats Shadow dying to Grove of the Burn Willows,
yes,
but you
just
can
leaps in and out of play.
Yeah, you can undo it. It's very goofy. I think I probably
If we're able to do that, we're going to do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got one more cut.
I think the third force will. I think we can
Cool.
go to 1 and it's fine.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to hit submit here, but Pernicious Deed and Chaos Warp are 2 removal spells we didn't bring in. Probably would have been my inclination to just play every removal spell that we have. So is this just a my cards are good enough bet situation? It seems to be how you do a lot of your sideboarding.
I'm, I don't spend too much time thinking about sideboarding. It's more like, I play some games, figure out what feels right, and go from there. But I'm not going to claim that everything I do is perfect.
Sure, no math, just vibes. I feel that. Yeah. Myself and Anzi are generally like the 2 content creators who put the most work into the same style of decks that we both like. And I talk all the time about how Anzi brings in every card that could have fringe use in a matchup. Like against Storm, he'll just have like all 3 of his Terminuses still in just in case they go Ave or Goblins. And I'll have like 1 Terminus in just in case we need to maneuver that situation. So kind of like min-maxing versus always have every possible thing. Like I like the min-max. And it seems like you're kind of in that range too.
I kind of want to just play Grove.
Oh, and just get them. All right.
Yeah, just start gaining them life every turn.
Start the work. And if they don't know how this works, please go to 12 and play a Shadow. Please go to 12 and play a Shadow.
You're not thinking big enough. Please go to 12 and play 2 Shadows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're getting wasted here.
That's fine.
I'll give you a life point for the road. I played a lot of Cart Clan Ironworks in Modern, and that was a deck that played Grove, not because it was using the mana in any way, but because Death Shadow is a deck in the format.
I think we ponder off of Trop, right?
Yeah, I was about to say I'm inclined to ponder here before their Bowmasters are online. Trop gets us to Endurance. We don't have red right now, but we don't have red cards either. There's a pile of spells that I like.
I think we can keep that. Probably Bowmasters on the bottom and just draw the land so they don't see as many spells if they use a discard spell.
Sure. Cool.
It's a little unfortunate, like, how long we have to probably wait on that Uro because of Surgical, but we can fire it off if, we need to.
Oh, we got our thoughts seized. Stack that Ponder to hide the spells, just like you said.
There's some consideration to putting the Bowmaster second, right? But I don't usually want to cast it into a daze. And in fact, in this matchup, most of the time I'm not being aggressive. I don't want to cast it like at all unless I'm killing a Bowmaster of theirs.
Right.
So,
well, they've just missed a land drop.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We probably play Bayou.
Yeah.
We could trophy their land, cut them off black, but I think that's too greedy.
Yeah, I think that's really bad. Like a daze will counter our spell, even if it doesn't counter our spell when you trophy an island.
Yes.
So bad. And they kept this hand for a reason. Oh, yikes.
I wonder what they hit here.
Yeah, they saw the Valk. They know they can take me off black, but
they can also take you off double green, which is Endurance and Uro.
Yeah, they take me off double green no matter what they take here.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what I would have wanted them to do.
Yeah, we're being rewarded for hiding that Bowmaster's 2 down now.
Yeah.
And they'd have to have something like Gurmag Angler if they suddenly have a spell here, because they didn't cast a spell last turn, and then they found this Wasteland all of a sudden. I suspect that was their draw for the turn. We might be...
I bet their hand is like some dazes and like random nonsense.
Reanimating my Bowmasters.
That's totally fine, I think. I'm not burning an Endurance on it.
Sure.
I don't want to run Bowmasters into Daze So
All
I'm
right.
still just chilling unless they thought seize a third time.
All right, stay chilling. I'm always down to stay chilling. Yeah, that's a pretty low impact use of reanimate for the matchup, and we know we have the answer to the Bowmaster anyway.
Yeah. This is the thing about Bowmaster. I feel like it's really slowed down what a lot of blue decks are doing in the format because people are so afraid of it.
Right.
And like, so I don't know. I just love getting to play draw go and just not care.
Yeah, the ability to just hit these natural land drops and take 2 to 6 damage from the front half of a Bowmaster and never feed it again. All right, well, I am shoving here. Can't beat days anyway. Oh, okay. Oh, they don't have days. They know about endurance and they just didn't attack.
If we want to play around days, we have to fetch first. Just remember that.
Yes, but I don't think they have days because they know about endurance and they just didn't attack into my 3 open mana.
I think that's a good read.
So what's in their hand? It's Murktide Regent. Their Snuff Out.
Maybe Force Will.
Their own Bowmasters.
I would.
Did I just cast Endurance here? Hit their graveyard just in case, and then, or this was a double bluff of, they know I have Endurance. I know they would attack if they have days, and I do have days, and they're trying to snag the Endurance. Is that a world we could live in?
I almost.
We could just keep playing Drago if they're not going to attack or cast spells.
I kind of want to play Drago.
Yeah.
Because like if we play this Cephalid Coliseum, we're like almost in a spot where we can make Orcish Bowmasters into Fury.
Yep. I had the same thought. We're one graveyard card away from that. If we count this Verdant Catacombs, it's already waiting. And now even a day's bluff doesn't get the job done.
And if they play another Bowmasters, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking they have.
Yeah.
I don't want them to kill our Bowmasters with it.
Correct.
I want them to just do it damage.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's here now. I take 1. Is this my window to Bowmaster one of theirs?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I could also just put Endurance in front of all these bodies and clear their graveyard. Or we could shut off their cantrips. Yeah, turning on Snuff Out seems kind of bad.
Force Will is annoying here, but even that's not the end of the world.
Right, we're in.
And we kill.
I think we kill ours because they use their graveyard.
No. We kill ours because that turns on Cephalid Coliseum.
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh, shit. That was there. I missed it. Well, it's there when we're ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both use our graveyards here, and having my thing back in my graveyard is just going to be better.
If they play another... Oh, is this Dismember? I think we probably Coliseum then to kill.
Yeah, I think it's time. Fueling them up, I'm not excited about, but... and I think we get Trop here to keep Endurance going.
Yep.
Okay. Fury time. Fixing their hand and costing myself a land to clear their board. Not mad about it.
I already wanted to play Cephalid Coliseum because it's good against Doomsday, but getting to do this with Orcish Bowmasters and also having Loam synergy and also having Uro synergy, it's just...
Yeah, there's so much here.
I've been really impressed with Cephalid Coliseum.
Agreed. All right, so the hold up here is the way the rules work. Bowmaster triggers when they draw 3, but it can't actually choose targets and be put on the stack until they discard the 3. Just when you're out there playing in paper. That's how this works.
I had to call a judge to be sure that was how it worked.
Yep.
Notably, they discarded a Surgical. They're probably only basic and a Daze.
Okay. And we strongly suspect that Daze came off of this Coliseum.
Yeah.
Unless we actually did play around the double bluff this whole time. Would be sick. Tight read. And that, even less than like soul rating the opponent that they're on a level 2, it's that play is like risk reward. Just basic, easy risk reward. what goes wrong here if this is a no days bluff versus what if they do have it. All right, so we just back this homie and get in. Okay, blast you. Put you to 3. Is there a
strong army?
All right, you're at 3. They could reanimate a shadow, but I have endurance.
We were probably supposed to endurance. We might want to endurance right now to play around Murktide.
Good call. All right,
and throw the Ninskinboo.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, they may have gotten greedy with that Wasteland. Okay, there's 1 bolt in the deck, which kills them. They're burning off my mana. This doesn't mean they don't have another shadow. It just means they're burning off my mana. Ponder. Okay.
Like to see that.
Shuffle it up. Did not shuffle the library. Tilt. Fetch land's risky. Fatal Push, fine.
Wow.
Interesting. All right. And for Uro, off we go. All right.
I think we have to hold Cling for reanimate. We can cycle it if they don't reanimate. But... Yep. Or actually, them reanimating is a interesting choice too.
Well, there is Bowmaster in the graveyard, and they have exactly enough life to make that happen, and that's the kind of card that could get this going.
Yeah.
So then we get to an interesting spot where if they target my Bowmaster with Reanimate, I could target a non-creature just to draw a card and be ahead of card with them at 1 life and 1 card in hand and just figure it out. Okay, they didn't do anything. I would like to draw a card here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take their Ponder because I respect that more than Fatal Push. Not that I think they couldn't recur either of these. Sick.
Okay. Lightning Bolt. That's not Lightning Bolt.
It could be. All right, so we have Lightning Bolt off either of these. Carpet of Flowers off Taiga, so I'm going to start with Badlands. Just thinking about 1-drops I could spike here. All right, Lightning Bolt. Carpet of Flowers that we could spike here. Do you play this around days and just be super patient? Or if they... Badlands... I think
we can be patient.
Yeah, I think so too. Like we've done so well not getting blown out by days so far in this game, and then they ended up discarding 1 that may or may not have been there when we were worried about it, but we still saw it go.
Punishing Fire, now also live.
Yep, P-Fire live. Reanimate can only hit Death Shadow between both decks now as a target that doesn't kill them.
I like our spot.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay here. If they find Surgical and hardcast it, we're suddenly not really doing anything, but we're also still in a good spot.
We have Cling to Dust to draw some extra cards.
Yep. Yeah.
If they get to our draw step and try to Surgical the Uro, like if that's the play that they go for, we can Cling, exiling the Uro as part of the cost.
Right, and fizzle it.
Yeah.
Sweet. They did not shuffle, and then they played Wasteland. Okay. This Carpet is going to be a monster.
It won't help us cast or escape the Uro necessarily unless we draw another land, but...
Or we draw Punishing Fire and kill them. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to go to second main. I'm going to make blue. I'm going to cast Uro from hand. See what they want to say about that. And then there's plenty of mana left over. Or no, that plays into days.
I like casting the Punishing Fire first. Just still make blue. But just cast Punishing Fire first off the Badlands.
All right. No need to.
The only way they survive is Force Will, and then they go down to no cards.
Right. Get smoked.
Teehee.
The world where you have 1 or 2 burn spells in your control deck, 1 loam in your control deck, just seasoned perfectly. It's a beautiful dish. And we're on to the final round. We got that bread and butter 4-1 to play for. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. We're on the play for the final round. I see Island Ponder. You know me. Are you ever mulling this hand?
No.
Yeah, easy. Even Force Will party.
Force of Will is like in game one. It's one of the most important things to have because if this deck gets to turn 4, turn 5, it usually takes over the game.
Right.
And Force Will gets you there.
I recognize this opponent's name. I've played against them a bunch of times. Like, it's firing some brain chemicals, but not in any useful capacity. Like, I definitely know I've played them, but I'm not like, oh yeah, they're show and tell or anything.
Yeah, I'm getting something similar.
All right, do you just want to ponder, start looking for land number 3? Do you want to play fetch land and wait till we have more info?
Yeah, I want to play Delta and pass.
Okay.
I think because we have the Brainstorm, our turn 2 can be hold up Bowmasters with and look to Brainstorm. And something about the Bowmasters here is that we get to like, ooh,
A bobble.
so this got to be like Delver.
Ooh, bobble, no pop. This Bowmaster could lock an extra trigger here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold this up. Now they're popping, targeting themselves, getting that selection. We could Bowmaster in response to their fetch and just play around. Oh shit, I clicked through it. I was busy talking.
I'm not worried.
Okay.
I actually don't care that much about getting 1 point of damage off the Bowmaster.
Okay, cool.
We could do it here.
I
don't think it's great. I don't think it's great.
All right. We just had a chance to Bowmaster them and didn't do it. So now they might be emboldened to cast Brainstorm, which I am excited about mastering with my bow.
The thing about Bowmasters is like people get really scared about it.
Is it time?
Yeah, mainly because like if they have a plow or something, I want them to like lose that equity on their ponder. I don't actually care that much about the Bowmaster.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Underground Sea pairs with Taiga, which this cannot get, so probably just drop here.
It depends on how aggressive we think we're going to be. I think Trop is the best, and we just don't worry about giving them life with Dack or with Growth Dack.
Sure. Okay, so a Mishra's Bobble deck with 2 Flooded Strands and a Ponder. I don't even know. Like, I'm trying to solve for this equation. Like, it's not going to be 8 casts with these fetch lands. This is a really weird slow start for Delver. I have not seen Bobble in, like, show and tell. Maybe
it's a weird blue-white Samwise deck that's trying to take advantage of Bobble.
That could make some sense. All right.
I think we slam Dack.
Okay.
And we could get cute and like aggressive, but I think it's
they just shuffled their Ponder after letting Bowmaster resolve and didn't remove it. I feel like fixing their hand for them kind of sucks. They pitched a Strix.
I'm probably fighting over this with Dress Down.
Yeah, Dress Down seems bad. Unless this is like a slow Doomsday start.
It could be. They could also play Bowmaster, so maybe we keep Dress Down and get rid of the Brainstorm.
That's what I'm thinking too. Okay, Dack's in. I don't think I want to like cute blast them. That's good for 4 damage, and they fixed their hand that might suck right now. So
I think we just draw 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. The redundant Dack and
probably the Badlands too. Okay. Badlands doesn't cast Uro.
Sure. All right, engines online. Let's do it. If they are Doomsday, then
if Doomsday puts them to 7, and we can 7 them, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know Doomsday can thread perfectly from 19 or 20 to build a pile, cast Brainstorm, end up at 1, and be fine. But they're not starting from 20 here. They're just recklessly cantripping into this Bowmaster. They don't have a choice, clearly.
And if they Doomsday, they literally just die on our turn. So they have to make a pile that
right. Okie dokie.
Okay, so we Dack ourselves, hope to find a fetch land. Or hope to find. I guess it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, we can ponder to get to 7 here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, this could just be the blast. Discard 2 lands, play Ponder. Alright, these are gone. I'm gonna Ponder off of the Trop. Grove.
Keep that drown.
Yeah, this drown is nice. Okay, now are we still Coliseum blasting them or just holding up drown?
No, we just play the Coliseum, right?
Okay.
So
right.
if they're Doomsday, they can't beat
right,
Coliseum.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was thinking like we put an extra 6, just hit them now, attack with a 6/6, dome them for 3, but that doesn't make them dead. That doesn't do anything or make sense, so I'm off it. Yeah, if they are Doomsday, they are under a triple squeeze here of their life total, the counterspell in my hand, the Coliseum on board, and the dress down. Quadruple squeeze.
Yeah. Like, we actually just would let the Doomsday resolve there.
Yeah,
because
for sure. Sweet.
We can... Okay.
Do we want to... The bobble's weird. Does Doomsday actually do bobble stuff? It's not like I've never seen bobble in a Doomsday pile, but I feel like they've not done that in recent times.
Yeah, I think you're kind of right. But also, I'm thinking, like, how much different is our sideboard going to be? I don't think we actually would change that much. I think we probably don't want Bolt. We probably don't want Cling. We probably don't want Otawara.
Okay. We've confirmed seen blue cards, at the very least.
Yeah, and the Pyroblasts are good, and we could, if we think they're Doomsday, we could play Endurance. If we don't think they're Doomsday, we could play Carpet. We could play Force Negation.
Right. Do we want to just... So now, this is just like an interesting question to talk through for the viewers as well as for us, which is, we have a suspicion, but not confirmation. And we could just lean all the way into they are Doomsday, Force Negation, Endurance, do the whole shit. Or just kind of hedge in the middle somewhere. And if they're not Doomsday, we're not completely buried. But if they're a fair blue deck, we're built to crush those anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking we probably just play the Force and the Endurances, and we assume they're Doomsday, and we can beat most fair blue decks.
Right. I'm thinking one of the Fires.
And then, maybe a Fable.
Okay.
Something like this is totally fine.
Right, so we have this multi-level thing of the thing I just said, which, how far do we go? And then the second thing is assessing risk of, if I go all the way in and they're not Doomsday, how does it go wrong? And it barely does. I guess if they're Stoneblade, we just cut 3 answers to permanence, but largely not worried about most things they could be in their Blooded Strand Ponder deck.
Baleful Strix also kind of...
Oh yeah, Strix, we saw that one. Yeah, that might just be slow Doomsday.
I think we keep this.
Yeah, this hand's fine.
We can probably Ponder off of Underground. Oh, they're mulliganing to 5.
Yeah, they're chasing the dream here, whatever their dream is. They're on 4. Are we just gonna get the scoop into 4-1? That'd be great.
Possible.
Or they just Grizzlebrand us and we were completely wrong. Blooded Strand. We've seen that one already. We've seen that one already too. That's a real shitty card to keep in a 4-card hand.
Yeah, very surprising.
Yeah, their hand must have been bad. Okay, now...
I kind of want to just hold up Pyroblast.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Maybe we should have done that off Grove instead of Fetch. I just played the Fetch.
It's fine. It's fine, I think.
Yeah, I think it's probably better to play Grove. So, against a combo player on 6, representing blue makes them think about stuff. But against a combo player on 4, they can't think about anything. They just have to jam, so...
I still think I like the Misty first, because Grove means you don't have drown.
Yeah, you don't get to drown. Yep. Cool. All right.
Oh, okay.
Now we just have many things covered.
Yep.
We can Ponder here and still hold up Pyroblast. We're still forcing. We're still Endurancing. Loam gets the whole engine going next turn. Yep. Underground Sea gets this moving in the correct direction the fastest. Or yeah, we already have green.
Underground's good.
Yeah, Trop gives us green, but hopefully, I mean, Loam will give us that too. So we didn't get Bowmastered. We didn't find a land, but we have Loam. We don't really need a land.
We can probably just draw a second force and be happy about it.
Yeah, that insulates us against duress. And then would we rather have second endurance or second drown in hand for next turn?
I think we're probably second drown.
Okay. Yeah, because drown is good even if they're not exactly Doomsday.
Yeah. Drown's one of those cards that it is just really impressive to me. It's like Trophy in that it deals with a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, if you're willing to meet some conditions and accept that sometimes your card doesn't do exactly what you want, you just get Doomblade and Counterspell stapled together, which is obviously just freaking cracked.
Could it be Breakfast?
I don't know what that bobbles for if they're Breakfast.
Something to hit off of, what you call it, Saga maybe? It's weird. Like, that bobble is really throwing me off.
In the basic planes, it could be like the Esper Doomsdays that pivot into Monastery Mentor.
Oh yeah.
But and that also is like Bobble can move you through. Are we just blasting anything? Is that what we've been?
I think so. Yeah. We have so many counterspells.
Right, like Bobble can move you through a Doomsday Pile and trigger Monastery Mentor. So Taiga versus Volk. Taiga casts Endurance.
Yeah, I think we get Bulk because we want to be casting Drown.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. That's a card we were very specifically building up towards. Got it. Okay, Pyroblast that. And we're dredging Loam here to hit end drops.
Absolutely.
Hit 3, or one of them is Bowmaster. All right. Hit some land drops here. Green.
Yeah.
Colorless. All right, yeah. It seems like it's going to be hard to lose this game. We just have to start winning it, and Uro can start doing his thing next turn.
Yep. I'm curious what they're doing over there.
Just draw go again.
That's fine.
And are we dredging Loam here to make sure Uro can still hold up? Drown?
I don't think so.
Okay. And I guess Uro could still hold up Drown anyway.
Yeah, I think we just play Taiga, play Uro, and then next we could dredge Loam to help hold up Endurance, but I don't. If we're thinking they're Doomsday, we dredge Loam here.
Okay. I will just cover my bases and put the Loam in my hand. We just picked up a P-Fire. Now we have some pressure.
Yeah.
Another Ponder. Are we just drowning shit here? Or
I think we let this one go.
Okay. Yeah, these are spots of tension. Like, I think the Pyroblast was easy because that will miss some stuff. They've shown us 3 colors. We don't know what else is going on, but being able to just hold up drown, force for the rest of the game is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
They did not shuffle. They did not play a land. Okay. 1, 2. Land drop. Land drop. We can Loam, Uro, still hold up Drown. That ends up in this. We end up losing. Or now we have a pitch cast for Endurance, so.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Hitting, because then if we're hitting lands, every this will be the last turn that they can do anything. Basically.
Right. Yeah, this is our investment turn. Make sure I leave up blue, green, and then also blue, black. Picking up a Volk, that's blue. Just the Badlands doesn't help me cast Uro.
Yeah, tap that, and then probably the Grove. We can give them a life, whatever.
Badlands Grove. I'm not rebuying P-Fire. Not yet. I got bigger plans than that. Abandoned Modern, not good enough here. And then
probably
green.
Play the fetch first. I think we're going to exile it with Uro.
Okay, sure. So fetch first. Do we want Bayou here? We do have 3 black spells in our hand and 2 black sources in play. Bayou casts Uro just fine. I think I like this.
I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah. Just living in the weeds here. Okay. Green, blue, green, blue, and then Volcanic Island casts Drown.
Hold up.
I haven't
Probably
done
leave up. Yeah, probably leave up the Trop because you can put an underground, and then you also have access to Trophy if that's relevant.
Okay.
Against Doomsday, you get to blow up lands sometimes after the Doomsday.
Right. Okay. So blue, blue, green, green. Then we put it under. Yeah, that just opens up more options for basically free. So good call. Predict targeting who? Targeting yourself. Okay. Predict is also a card that Doomsday plays sometimes.
Yeah.
Milled a Ponder. They knew that was there. Uro's rocking. I'm not dredging. Do we dredge low?
Just draw a card.
Yeah.
We want more blue cards for Force Will.
And there's Dress Down as another angle of attack.
Yeah. And we can just discard the land and be happy with, 7 relevant spells and an Uro in play.
They better not be Doomsday at this point, because they're in trouble if they are.
I'm sure what decks they could be playing where they are not in trouble here. Happy to be proven wrong. Like, that would be pretty cool if I could see something crazy happen, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of rooting for them. The least interesting thing that could happen here is Swords to Plowshares. I would be disappointed in that. I mean, I'd fire a Drown at it.
Yeah.
We got stuff going on. Yeah, fire Drown at that.
Ritual Doomsday incoming.
Yeah, Ritual Doomsday Land Brainstorm, GG. Please, I want some fireworks. All right, it is a Brainstorm. They needed that to happen after the Doomsday, I think.
Yeah.
And playing the Underground Sea is interesting. That locks you out of fetch land, locks you out of second plow, and my deck's not going to have days in it. 0%.
I have seen people with mana bases more egregious than mine play days.
Wild shit.
And then cast Minsk and Boo. And yeah.
Sure. Live your life, maniacs. All right. Now let's win the game in 4 hits.
Hiya.
Not interested in Loam. Lands are set. Yeah, just keep giving me cards that are messed up. 7 cards in hand is the perfect number.
And we've got the reasonable number of counter spells among them.
Yeah, we can even chip damage with P-Fire in the end step. Just deal 1 to you. Oh, suddenly Terminus. I can
probably just drown that.
It's so fucking funny. Nice 9-card graveyard. You work so hard for that. Yeah. Black, blue.
It's like Miracles that is playing. I guess Mishra's Bottle's there to set up Predict. That's the idea.
Yeah, Predict and Terminus. Why are we black? Is it just Bowmasters?
It's probably Bowmasters. People are really big on Bowmasters.
It's true. I generally don't put it in my Terminus decks.
I think we just probably cast.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I had already clicked through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Endurance to speed up the clock, or even just fire them. There was a couple of mostly free things to do there that I did not do any of.
This is so many counter spells.
Yeah, and this is why we would have cast Endurance. We just go to hand size dump the Uro, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, casting the Endurance now that our Drown in the Locks are spent, and we would have had to go to discard if we didn't spike a land anyway.
Yeah, you can also just target nothing, but
right, yeah.
Right. Enough.
What do we got? Oh, you are Doomsday. You'll cycle Street Wraith. Do I care? I
don't think so.
We have them dead. Punishing Fire plus 9 damage.
Yeah. Trophy.
Yeah.
I think you.
Yeah, so just let this resolve. I can kill it with Trophy. Fire them. I think I want Endurance to come in first. Just doesn't matter what my sequence is. I'm gonna fetch like you're not here with me, helping me with the mana, and just put everything out in front of me. Okay.
Do your thing.
Endurance. All right. Green. Green. Colorless. Watch me miscount here. This is gonna be great. All right. I'm not gonna target anybody with Endurance. And then I'm gonna Punishing Fire. I would like this, yes. Endurance resolves. Punishing Fire my opponent. It's still their turn, so I can force a negation if I need to. And green-black still up. Put you to exactly dead. Assassin's Trophy this thing.
This is Doomsday Miracles, and I don't know how to feel about it, but it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about it. I'll say that. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see the fireworks, but
yeah,
it looks like they've conceded, and hasty little 4-1, losing only to Storm combo. So a perfect on-brand BoshNRoll video. This was a delight. You started to ask me a question about Bowmasters off camera that I'd rather do on camera. So let's have that conversation now.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about Bowmasters being too good and too represented. People compare it to like Renin 6 and Oko and things like this. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
I believe that Bowmasters is not Renin 6 and it's not Oko on power level. It might be Renin 6 and Oko at this moment on numbers played meta share. But we won some games on the back of it in this league. It's in our deck. We also won some games in spite of it. We just ignored it on the opponent's side of the board by adjusting our play patterns. And it's like, I play a lot of Legacy, and kind of like you, based on our decision or our conversation earlier, where it's just sort of like very little math, lots of vibes when you're thinking about the format. I'm kind of the same way, and the pit in my stomach that would open up when my opponent resolved Renin 6, Oko, Dreadhorde Arcanist, Ragavan, it does not exist with this card. Like, I don't have data in front of me. I'm not going to cite any numbers, but I will say, it's like, okay, there's that card. I would like to draw a removal spell soon, or, you know, just play a Tarmogoyf that doesn't give a shit about this thing. You know, there's lots of things you can do about Bowmasters that don't just snowball the game out of control. Like, if you do nothing, they ping something, and then you take 2 for a while. Whereas, you know, Dreadhorde Arcanist, if you do nothing, you lose. Renin 6, if you do nothing, you lose. Oko, same story. Like that, I think that's the difference. And spicy new card, obviously Legacy playable, cleared the bar off the spoiler. We knew we would see it. Not many cards just crash into Legacy with that much authority, and that is jarring for folks who like to play Eternal formats that move slow. But I don't think this is Renin 6 or Dreadhorde Arcanist or Oko. It might still prove over time to be unhealthy, but I don't get the crashing feeling in my brain and my heart when it gets put on the stack the way it did with all of those banned cards.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think this card is not close to the power level of those other cards. And honestly, like, when people compare it to Renin 6, they're thinking of the one ping, right?
Right.
And how it's so good against X1 decks. But like, against most X1 decks, those are decks that are not drawing extra cards. This is Raise the Alarm plus Gut Shot.
Yeah, for sure. Which, you know, Raise the Alarm and Gut Shot have both been played in Magic tournaments. But, you know, that adding the two together, let's just look at the construction of your deck real quick. You have a ton of ways to answer a Bowmaster if you determine you care about it, and even Dress Down can buy you a turn to act. You have Uro that can just outmuscle it. You're even only playing 2 Ponder, so like, I don't know if that was a response to Bowmaster or just the way the deck worked out and that's where the slots came from, but
it's such a degenerate, and I don't like to play 4 Ponders.
Sure, you just you just hate me and everything I stand for personally, so you only play 2 ponders.
Yeah.
But like, maybe we need to step away from very ingrained deck building patterns. Like when I build a deck, I start with 4 brainstorm, 4 ponder, 4 force of will, and then we see where it goes. And maybe we need to adjust differently. If you're gonna be a cantrip heavy deck, then make sure you respect the hell out of Bowmasters with your other spells. And if you want to ignore Bowmasters, then maybe don't be a super cantrip heavy deck, or at least cantrip differently. Cantrip with like Uro rather than many ponders. So that's kind of where I am on that.
Yeah. And this is a little bit, selfish of me. I enjoy the play patterns. Like I said, I think sometime during our games, Bowmasters has like slowed down the format a lot.
Right.
And I get tired really easily of, people firing off everything to cast bombs on 3 and 4, and like that's it. And Bowmasters really disincentivizes people from casting brainstorms early, like on 2, because they don't want to get Bowmastered or whatever. And it that sort of cascades down the flow of the game and really slows everything down, just because people don't want to run into a Bowmaster.
Yeah,
and I like those patterns.
Yeah, multiple times in this league, and I'm as hard into Control Warrior as anyone. I was like, okay, so we ponder, and you were like, no, just pass. And it worked out great. So you might be just, smarter than everyone, or you might be lucky that this is what you wanted to do anyway, but just, don't feed a Bowmaster and hit your land drops. Like, you have 22 lands in your deck, plus Loam. These 18, 19 land decks that cantrips are an essential component of their mana base, they're gonna feel the squeeze of a Bowmaster more than a deck with 22 lands, just full stop. And these are the sort of things that I don't want. I kind of hate the innovate around it argument that people always throw at deeply unhealthy formats, but I think it's too early, and Bowmasters is not as broken, and at the end of the day, it's a creature. If your deck, and it's also a backstop. Like, I love backstops like Plague Engineer. Like, if you are a deck full of X1 creatures that cannot afford to play a removal spell, and you die to a single 3-drop, you are probably up to no good. So if you're a deck that draws a shitload of cards and can't remove a creature, you're probably up to no good. This is exactly who Orcish Bowmasters is built to stop. Like, wait, I can't Doomsday from 18 life anymore. Well, you're up to no good. What do you want from the world? That Richard Garfield didn't want Doomsday to happen. Like, I think it is squeezing the correct things, and it's at a level where it is reasonable to kill it. It dies to a stiff breeze, and you can play around it, and it's a
reactive card too. Like, if you cast this on 2, it's like you said, it's so much different from Dreadhorde Arcanist, where if someone untaps with Dreadhorde Arcanist, they will win the game. It's not the same card.
Yep, for sure. We've gone into this on Eternal Glory a couple times too, and we'll see how the numbers bear out. Might still end up being unhealthy or whatever, but
for sure.
I hope to see a few more big legacy tournaments. It had only been printed literally the day before Star City Baltimore. I saw a couple in the room, but it wasn't like this fleshed out metagame we have now. There were a lot of them at Star City Cincinnati, but that's 1 1/4 legacy events that have occurred with this card legal. Let's see it shake out. That's what I'm gonna say.
I like that attitude.
All right, well, Stryfo, thank you for joining me for this league. This was a lot of fun. I think my Patreon got their money's worth, and we're so glad we could get you. And I love this deck. I might seriously consider it for my next real tournament.
Thanks, and thanks for having me.
All right. Do you have anything to plug? Do you want to be found anywhere? You're on Twitter a little bit. I know you don't make content most of the time.
Yeah, people can find me twitter.com/Stryfo or twitch.tv/Stryfo. But yeah, I don't make a ton of content. I just play the game here and there.
Okay, well, I hope all of your fans find this video, because this is all you're going to get for a while, people. You heard it here. And we did a little bit of everything. This was a great league, great spread of decks. We did a lot of cool tricks, and happy to have you.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off. Thank you to Akratos and the Patreon for sponsoring this video, making it happen. Everybody else, check out the Patreon, like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time.